Rugiet, a doctor reviews your health online, and if it's appropriate, the prescription ships discreetly to your door. Visit Rugiet.com/sports to get 15% off your first order. That's RUGIET.com/sports. Individual results may vary. Rugiet Ready is a compounded prescription that is not FDA approved. Visit Rugiet.com for full safety information.
Join David Kelly this Wednesday from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Plus, we'll have your chance to win a tailgate package with a football-shaped grill and a Coleman cooler. Catch all the action this Wednesday, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We are the rush, the pulse, the thrill you didn't see coming. Welcome to Club Soul at Casino del Sol, where Tucson's best just got better. Join Club Soul today and get $20 free play. That's right, your first play is on us. Play, earn, and unlock exclusive rewards that take your experience to the next level. More thrills, more perks, more of what makes Casino del Sol unforgettable. We are Club Soul, only at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. This time they're going to go to an I backfield now. Caden Luke will come in as the fullback.
Fired up.
Ricino is the tailback. Fafita under center. Barmore in motion left to right as the tight end. Noah will hand off. Ricino dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Bear down, baby. Arizona pushes it right into the end zone.
Bear down, baby. That seems to be the phrase of at least the first semester of this 25-26 year. Becky Burke kind of started that. Bear down, baby. And Brent Brennan started yelling it at the end of press conferences. Bear down, baby. So I guess that's one of our mantras now. A new spin on Bear Down, Arizona. Bear down, baby. It's kind of like let's go. You ever watch sports? Everybody, when something good happens, everybody says, let's go. Let's go. I can't remember how many times I was on a high school football field. And guys would be like, and girls would be like, if it was another sport, girls would be like, let's go. That was kind of the mantra, the rallying cry. Now we've got Bear down, baby. I like it. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. So we've got, I think we're back functional today. We've been kind of dysfunctional the last couple of days, but I think we're back functional. I think other than the fact that like we had an entire file's worth of stuff, we're kind of like the Jim Rome show when Alvy lost all of his stuff. We kind of like lost a bunch of our stuff today. I hope that we get that back. That would be tragic if we didn't, but we've got our video stream back up running. So if you're watching, if you like to watch our show on one of our many video streams, we're on YouTube and we're on Twitch. I still haven't figured out the Facebook. We still are being dissed by Facebook. I think I explained that. I only have Facebook on certain devices, and I don't have it on the device where I can update the stream, so we can't stream on Facebook right now. So still got that issue, but I see myself there. On the video, I see, there's Cricket. She's not there yet. I see Dragon Ball. He's on his phone over there. Say hello to the people, Dragon Ball. There you go. Right, hello. We got JW Madden over there. Say hello to the people. JW Madden.
Hello, people.
All right, there you go. Everybody is here, and so are you. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. It's very rare that we get everybody in the same room at one time, so I'm always happy when that has a chance to transpire. We've got full shows. We haven't had a full show since before Thanksgiving, so that's nice to have one of those for sure as well. We'll have a full show today. Tomorrow we're back out at Showtime Cards on the east side over there on Speedway near Craycroft, just
breaking
a little bit
boxes.
east of We're going to be breaking box. So did you hear? So when we were there, and I can't wait to talk to our guy George Maries about this. So when we were there, what was that? A month ago now, because we go every month. It's usually the second Wednesday of every single month. So a couple weeks ago, like somebody broke a box of Pokemon cards, and it had like some rare. I gotta pull this up. It was like a rare Pokemon card that was like worth a whole lot of money, like a big time amount of money, and that's what we were popping the last time we were there. We were popping Pokemon cards, and so now I'm like I shouldn't say this because you all go running back to my office trying to pick off my Pokemon cards because they're like all over the place in my office, but so I've got all these Pokemon cards in my office, and now I'm wondering, do I have like $1 million card of some sort in that pile?
Okay, the rule of thumb is, I can't believe I'm the one explaining this, if you've got full card art, like if the whole card is the full art of the Pokemon, and if it's like a rainbow color or if it's fully, like if it shines in the light, the holographic, that's when you usually have at least a good amount of money. And it's sad that this is the situation where a lot of people are buying these little packs in bulk, and they're using it to make themselves a job almost because they do it on reselling, and they make a lot of money off of that from collectors. So if you've got one, hold on to it and make sure you don't tell people you have it. Otherwise, someone's going to try to ask if they can come and see it, and they may take it.
Okay, so here's the story. This was a week ago. So it was last Wednesday. A GameStop customer cashed in this. I'm not sure where this was in Grapevine, Texas. A GameStop customer cashed in big time after trading a Pokemon card for over $30,000 in a historic deal. So I think it wasn't like $1 million, but $30,000. That's almost a year's salary for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
December 1st, a customer in Grapevine, Texas, sold the gaming retailer a fully authenticated PSA Grade 10 Holo Gencar card. I don't know what any of that means, but we'll find out tomorrow when we go to Showtime Cards. With a fair market valuation of $33,883. This is according to a news release by GameStop. After completing an inspection, verification, and compliance procedures, the store paid the customer $30,494. The event now constitutes the most valuable single trade-in ever recorded in GameStop history. Okay, so this is the I get GameStop. Obviously, they've got video games, cards, and all of that. This is the highest value card that they've ever traded in there. So now I got to go through all my Pokemon cards and see if I got a 30. So stay out of my office. I don't want either one of the two of you or Cricket going anywhere near my office.
And the one thing you cannot bring when you go out tomorrow is you cannot bring a scale.
Oh,
you are not allowed to bring a scale into any card shops now because the more expensive cards usually weigh more. So if you weigh the pack beforehand, you might have a chance to figure out which packs have the more valuable cards.
Huh. So that would be people would take in scales and then grab packs and put them on the scale to see what's heavy and what's not.
They would go and get they would get scales, they would measure them, and if you were caught bringing a scale into the shop, they would throw you out. And then you'd be banned from that store, at least from the couple of occasions that I've seen online. Because, again, you've got Target employees kicking people out because they're buying these things $30 to 30 boxes per purchase. You've got people that will come in as groups and make separated purchases throughout the day just to take all the cards because that's just what they're doing now.
Should we help DK out with the HoloGen concept and what that means?
I would say we could, yeah.
Okay. Well, see, we talked about this before, but I am too old for the Pokemon generation. That happened after I graduated high school and college. But Dragon Ball is exactly the right age. That's basically it came out late 90s. I'm sure it was very popular with your friends when you were in high school. What I do know about Pokemon DK is their generations. So each year is a new generation. Holo obviously meaning holographic, gen being generational. So the Pokemon, basically, they categorize all of their characters based on the generation that they came out, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. That's what I do know.
Okay. Well, there you go. J-Dub knows everything. I'll tell you that. So I'm looking at this card, Gengar. Is that a character? Gengar?
Gengar.
Gengar?
Gengar.
Gengar.
Yeah.
Gengar he's a character.
Yes.
He's
basically the Pokemon are named after a 3-year-old trying to pronounce the name of something else.
Yes.
Yeah, more or less.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
And the best part is that those names will change based on the language. So we know, like, for Americans and English speakers, there's a Pokemon called Butterfree, but in Germany, it's called Schmetbo. So there's a lot of these names that are different based on regions, but more often than not, people will, for our side of the world, we know them based on the English name.
I'd rather hang out in a trench in World War II with Getbo rather than Butterfree or whatever. I'll tell you that much.
So there you go. A Pokemon card worth $30,000 traded in last week in Texas. We'll discuss more of that. So I'm looking at just the rest of this article here. This is from USA Today last week. It says the massive trade-in also comes after GameStop announced it'll have its first ever Trade Anything Day. That was last week. They had last Saturday. On this day, customers can trade in anything they want with some restrictions for store credit. GameStop told USA Today that in an email. Logan Paul bought a rare Pokemon card for over $5 million. Isn't he like a wrestler?
Yeah.
Logan Paul?
Well, no, he's a YouTuber whose brother is a boxer.
Okay. Yeah. I knew there was a Paul. There was something MMA.
Well, Logan is the older one, and they're all from Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, the oldest one started YouTubing and pranking and all that garbage. And his younger brother's actually the one who you hear, he's the one who fought Tyson and all of that.
Yeah.
But I read about that. That's apparently something from the late 90s from Japan. It was like a one-off. So why is the Honus Wagner card the most famous baseball card of all time? Well, because they didn't make very many back at the time.
Yep.
And they were, I think they were tobacco associated, not even chewing gum associated at the time. And so everybody just kind of threw theirs away. And so that's why there's only, I think, 3 Honuses around, and only one of them is pristine, something to that effect, which is why you always hear those stories about that. That Pokemon card you're talking about, DK, was from the initial run, like in the late 90s, 97, 98, and it was a one-of-a-kind thing from Japan. So that's why it's so valuable.
All right, we're going to go to break because I think I saw Cricket sneaking back to my office, so I got to go make sure he's not hanging out in my office trying to get into my Pokemon card collection back there because I might have a $30,000 one sitting on my desk, and I went through my bag. I hadn't taken all the cards from last month out of my bag, so I had a couple that were still in my bag. They're kind of mangled. I was like, I hope this isn't like the $30,000 one that I've got mangled. Because it's been in my bag.
You just
for a
described
month.
like the ultimate fear of any collecting. So like if you collect stamps or cards or anything.
Who's this guy that got cards and they're like just hanging out in his bag?
You instantly have that paranoia of if I'm going to invest into this thing, I have to make sure that nothing. This is my child.
Yeah, no, this has to be taken care of. The one thing my dad made sure of before he eventually moved out and got into his new place, he said, if you find my box full of my football player cards, if you find that Brett Favre rookie Falcons card, you better not lose it. And I made sure to get it to him right away.
All right, and he still has it.
Oh, he still has it. It's in his book sleeves.
All right, there you go.
I mean, we just had news today of a grandpa signing in the NFL. So.
Oh, man.
Did that actually happen?
It did. It officially happened.
Oh, wow. All right, we'll get to that coming up. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify. Whether you're gifting, decorating, or treating yourself, Lowe's December deal drops are here to help you save more all month long. Get up to 50% off select holiday decor. Plus, get up to 40% off select tools and accessories. Shop new December deal drops every week this month and get so much more out of your holidays. Lowe's, we help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Aura Frames is your holiday gifting game changer because who has time to be stressed out? Aura makes it easy to give something truly unforgettable. Share photos and videos straight from your phone and make it personal by adding a custom message before your gift even arrives. Don't wait. Win the holidays now with Aura Frames. And for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver mat frames by using the promo code ROAM and support us by mentioning the Jim Rome Show at checkout. Terms and conditions do apply.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Snoop will be here Saturday, December 27th, along with the Miami of Ohio Redhawks and the Fresno State Bulldogs for the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, presented by Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop. Last year's game was amazing with a record crowd, and this year will be bigger and better. Check out the free Gin and Juice Tailgate Festival before the game on the U of A Mall. And inside the stadium, get ready for fireworks, football, and of course, Snoop.
Will you be there? The Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, presented by Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop.
Go to thearizonabowl.com and get your tickets today.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Season's greetings from Pixrox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. The end of the year is near, but you do not need to fear. We can help you keep your budget in the clear. Now until the end of December, there are still federal tax credits, TEP rebates, and manufacturer rebates on select HVAC systems and tankless water heaters. Call 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at PixroxCooling.com.
Pixrox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcast. So if you've been injured, make the right choice. First
Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Average doesn't grow your business. Smart Strategy does. Cumulus digital campaigns outperform industry benchmarks by over 25%. You're not average, and your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com today to leave average behind.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. Collisions reported Orange Grove and Thornydale and Orange Grove, a hit and run at Sunrise and Swan Road and Sunrise Drive, crash Columbus Boulevard near Speedway, and some slowing at Grant and Alvernon, travel there down to one lane each direction. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER, get you out of plumbing danger.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Nebraska by 4. Here comes the 10th play of their best drive since the opening quarter. Nebraska brings pressure. Smith fires. Touchdown! What a catch by Brad Brennan! Well, those 100 relatives of Brad Brennan's who came here from Redwood City, along with his friends, have reason to really celebrate now. Extra point added by Mark McDonald. Arizona leads 60-13.
I don't know who that sounds like. Could be Mike Tirico on that broadcast from way back in the day.
It sure does sound a lot like Mike Tirico.
Yeah, it really did. That was the Holiday Bowl back in the day, back when Brent Brennan's brother, was running around on the field for the University of Arizona. Caught a big touchdown pass at the tail end of that win for the University of Arizona over the Nebraska Cornhuskers. That's the only team they've ever played. This is their third game. They've third Holiday Bowl they're going to play in, but the first time they will not be playing the Nebraska Cornhuskers. The first bowl game that I went to when I arrived here, because I did not go to the Las Vegas Bowl that first year that I was here in 2008, but I did go to the Holiday Bowl the following year in 2009 when they lost to the Nebraska Cornhuskers in San Diego. That was at the old stadium. This will be at the new stadium.
It was Mike Tirico along with Joe Theismann as the commentary. Yeah.
All right. See, you can the voices just travel in this thing called broadcasting. All I remember about, and I'm not even sure what they were calling it back then. The last time we played there, I know it was Jack Murphy Stadium at one point, and then it's had it was a number of other names when the Chargers were still playing there. I just remember that it was an unbelievable mess for people trying to get out of there. And we left, I was working, that was when I first got here. I was working with the network, the Wildcats radio network at the time. And my wife went to the game. And so she left with the crowd to try to, and you had to take these trains. It was you took a train out there, like one of those monorails or whatever. And so literally we stay and do the post-game show, which is an hour, and we tear down all the equipment. So we actually beat my wife back to the hotel because there were so many people lined up to try to get on these trains, this train system to get out of Jack Murphy Stadium or whatever the hell it was called in 2008, that it took forever for them to load up all those people and get trains out there to keep picking them up. And so it was insane. I think I had a cell phone at that time, and I'm texting my wife. I was like, "Where are you?" She's like, "I'm still out here trying to get on a train." We're on our way back, driving in cars. I was like, "Well, I wish I had known that. We'd have come over there and picked you up." But yeah, that's one of my lasting memories of the Holiday Bowl in 2008. If you were there and tried to escape on one of those trains, I want to hear from you. 520-848-1290.
98, you said?
No, this was 2008.
2008, it was Qualcomm.
Yeah, Qualcomm Stadium. That exactly.
It was San Diego Stadium and then Jack Murphy Stadium from 81 to 97, Qualcomm until 2017, and then SDCCU Stadium, and now Snapdragon.
Yeah, well, Snapdragon is now the new stadium.
With the new building. Yeah, that was put up I think 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think we played. Didn't they play the first game? Was not the first game they played there was Arizona and San Diego State?
I believe that they had mentioned that was the case.
During the Jed Fish years, and the first touchdown scored there was Tetero McMillan. How about that? It was Jaden Delora with a touchdown pass to Tetero McMillan. Opened up that stadium, and now they'll host. So I imagine they hosted the bowl game there the last couple of years. So this will be the third one that they've had there. So if you're headed out, want to hear from you as well. 520-848-1290. If you've got your tickets or you're going to head out for the Holiday Bowl, want to hear your thoughts on what you want to see from this football team when they get out there coming up here in about it's almost still a month away. So I'm glad, because the first bowl game, if there's one positive thing we can say about this bowl mess that was created over the weekend, is that Arizona is playing in a better bowl game than Washington. Washington is playing, and I was absolutely hoping that the Wildcats would not be in that first bowl game, which is this weekend. Again, the LA Bowl is this weekend. It's the first bowl game on the docket, and Washington has to play in that bowl. Arizona, had they not beaten Arizona State, might have had to play in the Los Angeles Bowl, which is sponsored by Gronk, and it's Los Angeles, but it doesn't feel like that first weekend doesn't really feel like bowl season to me, especially when you've got the Army-Navy game, which basically is going to trump out anything football-wise that's played this coming weekend. And I know one year I think we played the first weekend. I think the number of times we played over in the New Mexico Bowl. The New Mexico Bowl is usually on the first weekend as well, and it just doesn't feel like you're really into bowl season until like maybe that weekend before Christmas. So I'm kind of glad that we did not get stuck with the Los Angeles Bowl.
Well, not to mention January 2nd, you're going to be seeing all of the college football playoff games that are already going to be going around at the time. So, yeah, that's going to feel a lot more like bowl season then than it will be the first weekend here coming up.
Well, see, then you realize, you wonder January 2nd, are people just college footballed out? Because you'll have that week leading into Christmas, then the week after Christmas, then like you said, you've got the three of the quarterfinal games are on New Year's Day, and so then people will be like, by the time they get to January 2nd, it's like I'm done with college football.
I'm sorry. Are you asking if Americans are going to get sick of watching college football?
The only way
I don't know about that.
Yeah, the only way that happens is if Alabama wins the first two college football playoff games by like 50, and then they're like, oh, well, it's just going to be another Alabama.
That's the biggest boon to me for the college football playoff system being 12 or more is that right now is when people might start looking at the NBA or the end of the NFL, like, people vying for seating and positioning and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, there's a huge crossover between NFL and college football. But the fact that you just said it, December 19th all the way through the end of December and in the first week of January is all college football playoff games. And those are some big matchups. Oklahoma, Alabama, Miami, A&M, those kind of things. So certainly a lot for the football lovers out there, DK, I'm sure that they're not going to be too stressed about having too much quality football to watch during the month of December.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hear from Eric. You're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I was there at the Holiday Bowl that year. Unfortunately, they had Nagamaka Sioux, and I left at halftime.
Oh, well, you got out before the madness.
It was still madness. I remember being on the train with my sister back to I think we stayed at the hotel by the water right there where the team was staying, and it was hot, too. I remember being humid and a little bit warm. But the coolest part about that game was the halftime show.
I don't remember what that was. What was it?
It was, I think the Navy SEALs were parachuted into the stadium.
Oh,
you could see them like above, and they came in. I thought that was pretty impressive.
Yes. Now we get the Navy SEALs. We get the parachuters almost every home game, which is kind of cool, at least here in Tucson.
The Vegas Bowl the year prior was way more fun because I remember it snowed the night before in Vegas, and we're walking up the stairs with the ice. and that was a good time. And I remember jumping down onto the field and taking pictures with the team with me and my sister back in those days when I was a younger cat.
That's awesome. Were you still a student then?
Yeah, me and my wife.
That's cool. So you met on campus?
No, we actually met at work, but
okay.
I turned her into a fan. I was like, why don't you have tickets to the game? You know, you're a student. You can sit in the student section. She's like, what? And I remember one year, I think they played Iowa, and it was their first time going in. And they did some random test where they let all the students in at the same time. And it was like a crazy madhouse. And she's like, I'm never doing that again. I was like, this is not normal. This is like a one-time deal where they just let everyone rush in at the same time and find a seat.
Did you, are you going to go this year?
I wish I could. I was looking at tickets, but I'm a lot older now. I got too much on my plate this holiday season, but I wish I could go. I definitely would.
All right. Well, cheer from here, Eric. We appreciate you calling.
Hey, love the show, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate that immensely. See, Eric was there in 2008 trying to battle the train to get out of there. That was
What's the biggest crowd you ever been in?
And it was only like 60,000 people, so it wasn't that like the biggest crowd I've ever been in.
Yeah. Like where you just couldn't see anything but humanity from as far as the horizon. For me, it was the 1985 Indy 500.
Ooh.
And I remember getting out of that thing. I think I was like 11 or 12 at the time. It's the only big race I've ever been to in my entire life. I think Rick Mears, I want to say, won it. It was the one where the tire jumped over the fence and hit some poor guy. It was like a famous year. But I remember, DK, coming out of that, and I had been to hundreds of basketball games at this point. I was used to big crowds. But that's like 250,000 in the whole place. And it's like 2.5 miles around. So it's a big area. Not everybody's leaving in the same gate. But I just remember coming out of that, and I've never held somebody's hand as tight as I held my dad's hand walking through that, just like humanity as far as the eye could see. People
I think the Rose Bowl is probably the most, like, I mean, I've been there a couple of times, 100,000 plus people, but that's probably the largest sporting event that I think I've ever been to. I've been to a game at Ohio Stadium too, so that was very similar. But yeah, the Rose Bowl would probably be that experience for me in terms of just sheer numbers of people.
And for Dragon Ball, it was 99 when he was trying to get a Charizard card, and he was in line. And there was
Waiting
nothing
in
but
line
people
at the
as far
circus,
as the eye could see.
waiting in line at the circus for my dad to win the milk jug throw contest to get a giant plush Charizard.
All right, DK, the sports tip. We'll talk some. There's a big college basketball game tonight. We'll get into that coming up as well. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
It is the very best time of the year. Lights are up, cookies are baking, and some of the most exciting games of the year are around the corner. Keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 on Prize Picks. You simply pick 2 to 6 players, pick more or less on their stat projections, and watch your lineups light up like the holidays. What's super exciting is that Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. So don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code ROAM and get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get the $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit bigloot.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-1509. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-1509. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-1509 or biglou.com.
Clones, listen up. Not all beef jerky is the same. In fact, there are major differences in quality from one brand to the next. Old Trapper is a better way to snack, chock full of good protein to satisfy your manliest hunger cravings. Every bite is better for you and higher in essential protein than chips, sugar-filled energy bars, and candy. Old Trapper in the Clearview bag is the world's finest jerky, made with only the best ingredients. So ask for Old Trapper by name because no other jerky compares. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put members' success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or kohls.com for details.
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in your bedroom. Sure, that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Craziness last night on Monday Night Football.
In the shotgun formation, Hurts looks over the defense, shotgun snap, 5-man rush, blitzes on pass. It's intercepted up the middle at the 20. Coming to the near side, 25. Then the players hit. The ball's yard free. Hurts picked it up. He loses the ball. The ball's rolling near sideline. Recovered at the 45. It looks like as they try to untangle the bodies, the Chargers have gotten the ball. Stopping the drive by Philadelphia. I think everybody touched that ball on that play, bouncing from one player to the next.
Oh, poor Jalen Hurts, turning the ball over twice.
Only
on one
time
play.
that's ever happened in NFL history.
That's great.
One player turning the ball over twice.
I read somewhere today that they said it was the first time since 1970. And I'm like, who else had 2 turnovers on the same play?
Yeah, that's hard to fathom. But I'm surprised it has never happened before, especially when you have situations like that when guys, I mean, obviously you throw an interception. I've seen, the intercepting person get the ball knocked out before, but then to be recovered again by the same quarterback then get it knocked out again.
The fact that the QB picked up the fumbled interception return is the mind-boggling part. Like, what are the odds of that happening? And then of Jalen Hurts putting the ball on the ground again. What's more unlikely, that scenario or throwing a touchdown to yourself? Right? Because that's only happened once too, right?
Yeah, I think it was Brad Johnson. I think was the one who threw it to him. He threw it, it got tipped, he caught it, and was actually able to run it in for a touchdown.
Yes.
Only time that's ever happened in my recollection.
Yeah.
Except for Mariota. Mariota did that too in the postseason, if I recall, for the Titans.
All right, so time now for our BetMGM Network top plays. Now, I've said that we were going because we had such a bad season and we finished our season. We'll get into the numbers coming up in the next segment. But I said that because our numbers were so bad in the last season, we finished 69-93 overall in a 162 bet season, so we lost over 90 games. That we were gonna do the opposite of what they tell us to do. So if they tell us to take Devontae Smith over 55.5 yards receiving, we're actually going to play it and take Devontae Smith under 55.5 yards receiving and see if we flip these bad advice that they're giving us, that we can start to win more money. So we did that. So yesterday they told us to take Devontae Smith over 55.5 yards receiving. So we flipped that instead and took Devontae Smith under 55.5 yards. Devontae Smith, 4 catches, 37 yards. So at least in that instance, it worked. We flipped it, and it worked. I like that. Now, we also had Omarion Hampton last night in anytime touchdown. So there really is no flip for like an anytime touchdown. I mean, other than you just don't take the bet for him to score at all. So we'll take those bets, like if it's an anytime touchdown or something that's more concrete than just like a either or over under spread type situation. So we did get our touchdown from Omarion Hampton. He caught a touchdown pass in last night's game. So two winners last night. Big college basketball game tonight. What do we got there?
Brad Evans here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Inside Madison Square Garden, Florida and UConn clash are all the Rays slices. Both are terrific on the glass. Both are tremendous defensively. Both have a winner's pedigree and what should be a battle in the 60s. And with Boogie Flan's offensive game trending in a positive direction, give me Todd Golden's group plus 4.5 at a minus 110. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so they're saying take Florida in this ball game and the points. We'll dive into that when we come back. DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. Some slowing at Grant and Alvernon. Travel there down to 1 lane each direction for road work at Grant and Alvernon. More slowing on Swan at Grant Road. Collisions that are reported at Orange Grove and Thornydale, Naranja, and La Cañada. Also Columbus Boulevard and Speedway. 48 the overnight low, 77, sunny tomorrow and 72 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Welcome to Cricket Wireless. Santa?
I've got to get Mrs. Claus a gift or I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
How about a single unlimited line? Only $35, plus a free Moto G 5G.
Dude, you're a lifesaver. Here, take a present.
Says it's for Timmy in Des Moines.
Never heard of him.
Join Cricket Nation and get a single line for $35 per month, plus a free Moto G 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Requires activation of new line on select unlimited plan or higher. Pay $40 first month. New lines only. First month service charge. Tax to sale fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
The holiday season is about family and friends, co-workers, parties, and gifts that we send. So saving big money is important to all. Up to 40% if you make the right call at Tobacco Barn. This holiday season, remember, you can save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products at Tobacco Barn. Plus, up to $20 in city and state sales tax because they're on the reservation. And save up to $3 with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com. Hey, even Santa likes saving big money at Tobacco Barn.
Ho, ho, ho. Miss Claus loves it here.
So save up to 40% on your favorite tobacco products. Save up to $20 in state sales tax. Pay no city sales tax. And save up to $3 with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com. Saving this much money, even Santa's elves have been spotted shopping at Tobacco Barn.
What is going on in here?
Happy holidays from Tobacco Barn. Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or kohls.com for details.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends, near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Well, it's that time of year. You dress the kids up for the holiday parties, and they hate it. You dress everybody up for the annual holiday card picture, and, well, everybody hates that. You even dress the turkey, and we're pretty sure he's not happy about that. This year, dress up your yard in time for the holidays. Call Dorado Rock and Materials, and we promise there will be no complaints. Make your yard beautiful and worry-free with their personal service and convenient delivery times. Dorado Rock and Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Dribble drive right. Fired back out right. Ball's got to take the three, and he makes it.
Yeah, give the young fella a lot of credit there. They're challenging the three. No hesitation from the top of the key. Able to knock it down.
That ties the game at 60.
Yes. That's Brian Jeffries on that call when the Wildcats beat the UConn Huskies, and the young big man, Rebe, for the Huskies got hot in the second half down the stretch. UConn and Florida tonight on the hardwood. Two teams that the Arizona Wildcats have already beaten this season will match up, and a lot of eyes are going to be on that in terms of folks here in Arizona and kind of seeing how these two teams. Florida has fallen to 8th. They were 3, obviously, when they played the University of Arizona. UConn holding steady in the top 10. They are the number 5 team in the country. You heard our BetMGM Network top plays. They say take Florida and the points. They had it at 4.5. It's now down to 3.5 at the BetMGM Network. So they say take Florida and the points, which means we're going to take UConn and lay the points, because that's how we're doing this in this 82 bet season. Whatever they tell us to do, we're going to do the opposite. Big game, though, guys. Florida and UConn tonight. Which side are you riding on in this Jimmy V Classic game at Madison Square Garden?
The Florida, situation is they've got all the returning front court players, but they're trying to work in transfers into that backcourt, and that's just taking a little bit of time. 3 losses on the season, but did you see their last game out? They almost pulled off an upset in Cameron, where they made a 3-pointer with 20 seconds to go to take a 2-point lead, ended up losing that game by 1 point to the Blue Devils. On UConn side of things, DK, it's all about Braylon Mullins.
He's back.
Braylon Mullins has played the last 3 games. He missed out on the first, 6 games of the season for UConn. Obviously did not play in that game versus the Wildcats in Stores. But, man, the 5-star, I've watched some footage of him since he's come back, and he is a difference maker. That's a guy who he's a 3-level scorer, really smooth, has a really, really tight release on his jump shot. So I really like UConn as a whole as far as their roster construction. How's their center doing? Is he back yet?
I don't think Terrace is back yet.
Yeah, because
no.
that's a big if. So
yeah.
I think if Terrace Reed's playing, then I think it's UConn all the way. But if not, Florida, like I said, Florida's just lost by 1 point at Cameron Indoor Stadium to the 4th-ranked Blue Devils. So they're playing good basketball as well.
Yeah, 17 points for Braylon Mullins in the win over Kansas. They beat Kansas by 6. And then Friday night, they played East Tennessee A&M, I think is who they played, a smaller school. And he had 10 points in that game.
East
Texas
A&M Lions,
okay,
apparently.
My bad. And, I just saw ETA. I had no idea who that was.
Well, ET is East Tennessee State, right? It's like you think of ET as being East Tennessee, but Texas in this case.
All right. Well, there you go. So that should be a big ball game tonight between those two teams. We'll see how that fleshes out. So we are going to take what they told us not to do, and so we are taking UConn and laying that 3.5 points tonight against the Florida Gators. So we finished 69-93 in our BetMGM Network bets from the last season. We were down at one point $381. We finished down $288, so we were able to win about $100 back. We had a pretty big parlay that we hit on down the stretch to kind of help us out a little bit, but we still lost close to $300 in that particular season, and I think we lost like close to $250 the last season, so we're down like over $500 in this BetMGM Network thing. So this time we're taking the flip side. So here's how it's worked so far. So we've had, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 bets so far under this flip format. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 6. So kind of even. But at least we're not on. So we would have been 6 and 7 if we'd taken their advice. Not taking their advice, we're 7 and 6.
Yeah, the only The difference between what we're doing and what an actual gambler does is a gambler will bet $1,000 on a game they know is going to hit and $10 on a game they might think Mike could hit. And all of our bets are the exact same $12.90. So that's why there's going to be a huge difference in the final tallies at the end of the year, because there are certain games where you're more assured, Dragon Ball, that it might go your way. If there's a grandpa quarterback under center, maybe bet on the other team.
So what is that? Is that going to work out? I can't. A part of me, part of me wonders, because I'm all of a sudden becoming a huge fan of Carly Ursay. I mean, she's just really cool. I love watching. She's down on the sideline. She's got her cool outfit on, her headset. She's got her play sheet. I mean, she's all up in what's happening. I love what I'm seeing from Carly Ursay. I can't believe she signed off on that.
Yeah, if people don't know, we're talking about Phillip Rivers, was just signed to the practice squad. He retired 4 years ago. DK, 6th all-time in NFL history in touchdown passes.
He's got grandkids, they said.
Well, he's got 10 children, apparently, and grandkids.
Oh, my God, 10 kids?
He can field an entire starting offense with just his family.
Yeah, I don't know if those linemen would be super reliable.
No.
They'll be playing with their Play-Doh, but, yeah, there's definitely, it's a huge family, but, man, 4 years out of the game, and it's really more of a, you don't want to put your wide receiver back there kind of situation.
You don't want to put your punter,
as
Jets fans would remember.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll see what happens. The Colts are in a bad way right now. They've lost some games. They lost their quarterback, Daniel Jones, tore his Achilles, and so the things are not flowing. They were the talk of the league.
He was already playing on a broken leg
4 weeks ago. Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's how we talked about it a few weeks ago. That's how it happens, right? First, your upper part of your leg goes, and you try to play on it, and then your Achilles snaps. Who were we talking about? We're talking about one of the basketball guys.
Every single Achilles injury in the NBA in the last 4 years has been that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hallie had a hammy. Tatum had a calf, I think.
And it was a calf.
They all had lower leg issues that had been lingering that they played on. I think KD as well in the finals when he got his Achilles issue. He was coming off a bit of a hammy or a calf as well,
All right, in case you missed it, Stephen Pearl had some glowing things to say about the Arizona Wildcats, who, of course, are the #1 team in the country right now after knocking off Auburn this past weekend by 29 points at home. Let's hear from Stephen Pearl. He talked about the difficulty that his team had trying to attack Arizona off the dribble.
When every time he penetrates, you got Toby and you got Koa, and then you have like two really big guards rotating over and getting vertical at the rim, and they do a great job. This doesn't get talked enough about, but they do a great job of guarding without fouling at the rim. Now, it could be argued before you get to the rim, you're getting fouled every time. But when they get to the rim, they're so good at getting vertical and putting their chest on you. It's really hard to score. So that's where Key's bread's been buttered this year, is he's been able to create contact and get to the foul line. And in the first, 30 minutes of that game, that wasn't happening. So I thought he got good looks, but he just didn't make them tonight. And they did a really good job of being disruptive. They had a week to prepare for us, so they framed every entry that we had in our offense because they had time to get ready for us, and it was really effective. They did a great job on their scouting report.
Yeah, that was he was talking about Keyshawn Hall, his main guard, the transfer from Central Florida, who was trying to get into the lane and the problems that he was having in trying to do so there. And he went on to talk a little bit more just about the size that the Auburn Tigers have faced this year in losing to teams by like Michigan, who they lost to by 30 points, and Arizona, who they lost to by 29 points, and how that may help them down the road.
I don't think you're going to find two teams as big as those two the rest of the year, so I don't think it's really relevant. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be teams. There's no teams in our league that are that big. And I think those are just the two biggest teams in college basketball. So, they got freshmen that look like juniors and football players out there. So they got grown-ass men out there. In order for us to compete with that, we just got to play harder. And we didn't play hard, for the majority of the game. disappointing, but I think we probably went against two of the biggest teams in college basketball and two of the most physical teams in college basketball. So, we know what it looks like, and we know what we got to get to.
Well, and we've heard this refrain throughout the early part of the season as it relates to the Arizona Wildcats about how this is maybe the biggest team in school history. And I guess for me, it just because there's only really one true 7-footer, it doesn't really feel that way to me. But clearly, that's how people are defining this Arizona Wildcats basketball team.
No, this is objectively not the biggest team in Arizona history. I mean, the 89, 90, 90, 91 teams, you're talking about like not Lauren Woods, I'm sorry. You had the Tucson Towers, right? And Cook and all those guys had just left. But Chris Mills was the small forward on that team, and he's like 6'8". So they had, I think, 3 7-footers on that squad. I think what Coach and most people are really talking about is, like he just said right there, these freshmen, look at Ivan Karchenkov and Koa Pete. Just pick two out of those two guys alone are clearly have the bodies of juniors or seniors in college. I mean, they've been like Koa just has the genes, dad NFL, brothers NFL, whole family are all athletes. And Ivan Karchenkov has been in a professional weight system since he was 12 years old with Bayern Munich. So as far as the size, it may not be height, as far as just the amount of physicality that Arizona can bring to the table with size. I mean, Ivan Karchenkov is 6'7", 6'8". I mean, Burries is a big. I mean, JB is 6'2", 6'3", something like that. So they do have the height and length as well, but it's really the bulk. It's so hard. We talk about Tobe and, Moteas Krivas is 270, 275. So there's a lot of bulk down there. You can't push those guys around.
Yeah, and the other part of it too is they made a lot of conversation going into the postgame after the Auburn contest, where the Swiss Army knife player has been a staple in the Tommy Lloyd system. We go back to Dalen Terry, then Pelle Larsson. You look at Dalen Terry and Pelle Larsson, and then you look at Ivan. There is a distinct physique difference between the first two and Ivan, and it's going to be something to watch out for. We talk about how offensive linemen, when you run the ball a lot, you got to tire out that defense because you're throwing 300 pounds at them every single play. When you're running into 255, 245, whatever the size is that you got for Mo and Koa and Ivan out there on the perimeter, and you're stopping them on that drive and they have to lower that shoulder, that's going to tire a guy out that doesn't want to do that crossover to try and recollect himself and end up getting himself into a turnover. So, the girth is the biggest part of why this team's perimeter defense is actually as good as it is and why they might get away with some of those fouls he was mentioning.
It's just that secular thing, DK, where if you look at what Steph did to basketball, it kind of broke the game, where now a lot of kids grow up, they want to shoot 25-footers because you make it look so easy, and, nobody's going to really guard you out there. So a lot of college basketball is played perimeter in, where a lot of teams are built. We are going to make 15 threes on your head. We're going to walk out of your gym with a win. That's the way Alabama plays, for instance. But Arizona is a completely different animal, and especially this time of year. The skill and connectivity of perimeter-based teams comes with time. You're talking about a lot of sets and motion to get open shooters looks at the rim. Well, you're adding another new pieces in the transfer portal NIL era. It takes a little time for those perimeter teams, whereas what's Arizona's philosophy? Drive the ball right at the rim, and or find a big dude standing 5 feet away from it. That's in general, and much easier to get that connectivity if those are your goals than to try to get a bunch of 25-footers. So some of the perimeter teams will come back around as the season goes on, but Michigan and Arizona right now, their rosters are built to be undefeated in November. I mean, they are built because you can't stop what they do unless you have the personnel to do it, and like Coach just said right there, DK, very few teams do.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290, your number to get in on the program. We'll hear more from Stephen Proh coming up a little bit later. Had some glowing things to say about Arizona's point guard, Jaden Bradley. We're going to talk some Arizona football, 5 o'clock hour. Glenn Howe will join us. We'll break down the U of A ASU game. Haven't had a chance to do that with our mini vacation last week. And we're going to talk some Arizona Bowl coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll be joined by Kim Adair, the executive director of the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. We'll find out if they were going through any chaos like everybody else was on Sunday when teams start dropping out and all kinds
Dragon
of
Ball,
things.
Did you decline to go to a bowl this season or what?
I have declined to go to the Pop-Tart Bowl. They just didn't have enough of the wild berry, and they only had strawberry, so I could not go to the Pop-Tart Bowl.
S'mores, man. What are you talking about? S'mores. It's all about s'mores.
DK on the sports tip. Dragon Ball's got everything happening in sports here in Southern Arizona as well as around the world.
Well, with the Arizona Wildcats now knowing their bowl destination, they now prepare for the Holiday Bowl against SMU. But this being a busy time of the college programs around the country due to the recruitment, transfer portal, and coach retention all converging in college football's calendar right now, Coach Brent Brennan said the team is more than ready to handle all those aspects as well as preparation for the Holiday Bowl.
Honestly, I don't think it's any different than the season. You know what I mean? During the season, we're trying to finish a recruiting class too. Like recruiting never stops, right? That part of it. So for us, it doesn't feel that different. So that the preparation is going to be all based on, like, we need to do everything we can to build the best plan and the best process to play good football against SMU on January 2nd, the Holiday Bowl, right? That's going to be the focus of the next, 3.5 weeks. And I know there's Christmas in there, and I know there's portal opening up and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like, we got a job to do. And that happens on January 2nd. That's where our hearts and heads need to be.
Again, the Wildcats currently open up as a favorite to win over SMU when the two teams kick off on January the 2nd. The Arizona Cardinals look to be a little worse for wear after their loss to the Rams this past Sunday, as they will likely be without left tackle Paris Johnson for a good amount of time due to an MCL sprain he sustained in that contest. Josh Fryer filled in for Johnson and could be in line to start if the MCL sprain holds Johnson out for a significant amount of time after Johnson had started 12 of the team's 13 games there at left tackle. And age is nothing but a number, and Phillip Rivers aims to prove that idiom right as the 44-year-old grandfather is returning to the Colts following his retirement just 5 years ago. The Colts are desperate for a quarterback with Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, and now Riley Leonard all affected by injury. Will likely bring back Rivers after he last suited up for them in 2020. Rivers was just recently elected to the semifinalist list for this year's Hall of Fame class prior to the signing. He would actually end up being only the fourth quarterback to suit up at 44 years old as a starter, joining Steve DeBerg, Warren Mood, and Vinny Testaverde. I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
The Cup is coming home.
Firing, caught, touchdown Arizona. Braden Stooks picks it off, takes it right away. The Cats win the Cup. They win their 9th game of the season, and they do it emphatically.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. Collision in Oro Valley, La Cañada and Naranja and La Cañada. Roadwork and backups. I-10 near Emperita Road. Currently, backups on eastbound I-10 approaching Emperita Road. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be located in Arizona.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Welcome to Cricket Wireless. Santa?
I've got to get Mrs. Claus a gift or I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
How about a single unlimited line? Only $35, plus a free Moto G5G.
Dude, you're a lifesaver. Here, take a present.
Says it's for Timmy in Des Moines.
Never heard of him.
Join Cricket Nation and get a single line for $35 per month, plus a free Moto G5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Requires activation of new line on select unlimited plan or higher. Pay $40 first month. New lines only. First month service charge. Tax due sale fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Kick off the holiday season with the perfect gift for the soccer fan in your life. Head over to store.ussoccer.com and explore a wide range of official U.S. soccer gear and merch. Whether you're decking the halls or hitting the field, we've got you covered. Show your true colors and share the excitement of U.S. soccer this season. Visit store.ussoccer.com today and score big with your holiday shopping.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Spooky noises coming from your air conditioning system? Then treat yourself to the Right Way $59 Super Tune-Up and shake off the cobwebs from your AC. It's a 42-point inspection designed to maximize your AC unit's efficiency and lifespan with the most comprehensive tune-up in the industry. We'll even remove any built-up dirt, grime, and dust, and do a free carbon monoxide test. Just call Right Way, Southern Arizona's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical company today at 520-640-HOME. Right Way's $59 Super Tune-Up, a scary good deal.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hour number 2 of our show on this Tuesday. Full show for you the rest of the week. Today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, leading up to Arizona basketball on Saturday. So we'll be with you pretty much for the next 4 days. Arizona and Alabama, the number 1 Wildcats, the number 13 Crimson Tide in Birmingham coming up on Saturday night. That'll be a 7:30 tip-off here in Tucson time, which means we'll be on the air with you at 4 o'clock on Saturday with the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day, the pregame show. We were talking about the Auburn game over the weekend and some of the things that Stephen Pearl had to say, and he had one more thing I wanted to play for you here, just talking about how impressed he was with the growth of Jaden Bradley in the game of college basketball.
I mean, I told our guys I think he's their best player and their most important player. He just does so many things, and you saw in the UCLA game, and you saw in the UConn game. Where was the ball? The Florida game. Who had the ball in their hands? Jaden. Like he does so many things for him, and he plays with such great pace and such great tempo. You know, and if he's going to make 2 threes, like good luck. Does a great job of facilitating, getting guys involved. He's physical defensively. He's your best on-ball defender. So, like, he does so many things. I've been watching Jaden since he was, playing, AAU for Bobby Mays, like, back when he was a sophomore in high school. So, like, been a big fan of his for a really long time. Just has continued to get so much better. And, he's going to be the reason why this team is going to obviously win a ton of games and, have a chance to compete for championships. So, he's one of the elite guards in all of college basketball.
No question about that. Stephen Pearl again there, the head coach of the Auburn Tigers. And again, he's been down in Alabama for a long time. Watched Jaden play out there on the East Coast and then saw him play a little bit up close when he was down in Alabama for a year or two. So they knew exactly what they were getting there. when they signed up to play the Wildcats with him kind of running the show. And going back to just what we were talking about in the last half hour, just about the size on this team, and I'd kind of mentioned it on the pregame show Saturday that to me, when I heard the starting lineups, actually was on the postgame show we talked about, because I heard on the starting lineup when that we played before the game on the network where Jaden Bradley said he was 6'3", and then Braden Burries said he was 6'5". I didn't realize that, because I've not really been up next or stood up next to to Braden Burries, so I wasn't aware that he was quite that tall. I just was envisioning him being more like a 6'1" player, but he's obviously taller than that. I had no idea he was taller than Jaden. But I think the thing that's impressive about Jaden is just his length. I mean, he's 6'3", but he's got such great length for a 6'3" player.
Yeah, no, I mean, Jaden Bradley has just about the best possible measurables. I mean, unless you're talking like LeBron James at point guard. I mean, and especially in college, because there's diminishing returns, right? When you're talking about 6'8", 6'9" guys, you don't have the quickness, and especially defensively. You heard Stephen Pearl there, who, by the way, has been Auburn's defensive guru specialist for the past 10 years. So Stephen Pearl knows a thing or two about defense, talking about how Jaden Bradley's their best on-ball defender. So we obviously see him put his cape on and do late-game heroics like he has several times this year. When Arizona really needed a bucket, Jaden got it for him. But as far as the measurables, DK, I mean, I would say about 6'3" is what I've always considered him as. And when you have a point guard who's 5'11" to 6'1", the issue there is getting shots off in traffic. And where does Jaden Bradley like his shots? 12 to 14 feet, DK, or right at the rim. So that extra length, longer arms, he's clearly got the quickness and ability to finish inside. So a big key to Jaden Bradley's effectiveness is that extra 2-3 inches he might have over guys like Kirk Risa. What was he, like 6 feet tall? 6'1"? Yeah.
The shorter guards in the realm of college basketball, look at what Jaden Bradley can do, and not just in regards to just his size, his ability to get closer to the paint because of his height, but also his ability to control the ball even at his size, where you think of the smaller, more shifty guards, they have those little quick crossovers, the little step backs. Jaden Bradley has some of the best go and stop function of any point guard right now when you watch across the country, because how many times have we seen now just through the first, and not even through the first 10 games yet, but he's been able to go in, stop on a dime, have a defender go around or over him, and then get that little teardrop shot over the top of the center or the power forward that he's driving against. He has such great body control for his size, and that makes it almost an impossible aspect of, do you guard him with a true point, or do you have to relinquish your perimeter defender, your forward, to be the guy to try and keep the ball out of Jaden Bradley's hand? That's a question that no coach in the country wants to have to solve when the game is on the line.
Yeah, I think the old adage of speed kills, it's an NFL football thing more than anything, but obviously it applies to basketball as well. But it's not necessary. And who are the best offensive ISO players in the NBA right now? You're talking about guys like Luka. Austin Reeves is coming on strong. I mean, Kyrie's injured right now, but he's still in that conversation. None of those guys, DK, would you consider to be all-world exceptional athletes. So a lot of times it's really like Dragon Ball just said right there, the change of pace and ability to keep defenses off balance. It's really that game of, you think I'm going this way, I'm really going that way. And Jaden Bradley he's from New York. I looked it up. It's 5 hours from Storrs to Rochester.
Yeah.
So that's why Coach Pearl, Stephen Pearl, is very familiar with Jaden Bradley. I mean, it's only 5 hours away where Jaden grew up from where Storrs is. So, but as far as his ability to get to his spots and finish in the lane, like Dragon Ball was saying, shifty, smart, really smart. The upperclassmen, again, another cliche old adage is older guards will win you games in March in the NCAA tournament. Well, older guards will win you games and get you to number one ranking in November as well. And with those freshmen being mature beyond their years, this team, I think as a whole, DK, from the point guard all the way down to the center, is just a bunch of guys who know how to play the game the right way, and their coach is just giving them the freedom. And Coach Lloyd is all about, here's the philosophies of what we're trying to do, and giving the freedom to those players to do it. And JB is chief among those players, DK, taking those reins and taking that freedom and making smart decisions with the ball. When we talked about him when he was a sophomore, having 1 turnover for every 5 assists. That was the big talk when JB first stepped on campus here. He's just really smart, really heady, and really understands the pace of the game and where he's trying to get to.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text the show at that number. Don't forget to download our app. Our app slaps all kinds of great stories, videos, press conferences, all the U of A stuff. If you want to see it, it is all there for you. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today. And you can follow everything it is that we do. In fact, you can follow us. Follow us tomorrow to Showtime Cards. It is Wild Card Wednesday from 3 to 6. I'll be out there at Showtime Cards. We're going to have live box breaks. Say that 10 times fast, happening right there in the store. You never know what you might pull. You might pull a $30,000 Pokemon card. I got my Pokemon cards. I got them all here with me right now. And one of these, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if any of these are worth any $30,000, but I sure would like to. I'm sure going to ask that to George and Company when we go tomorrow. We've popped baseball, football, basketball. We got into the MMA. I mentioned we got into the Pokemon. Maybe we'll get into some Star Wars. We had all the Disney cards. I don't know if Snow White is worth $30,000.
Only if it's a rookie.
But I got a Snow White card there, so maybe that'll be worth some money. All of that.
When did Snow White come out? Was that like 60, early 60s?
Idea.
I feel like it's it's really early in that Disney Renaissance era, so it probably is somewhere in there.
If you have a 1961 Snow White card, it's probably worth a lot of money.
1937.
Okay, if you have a 1937 Snow White card, it's probably worth a little bit of money.
Wow. So did you hear about this? Cricket joins us now. Everybody's here and everybody's camera works.
Hi, family.
Yay, everybody's
family.
here.
Let's up.
So last week in Texas, because we go to Showtime Cards every month, right? And we were popping these Pokemon cards last time we were there. And so in Texas last week, somebody pulled a Pokemon card. Not this one. I'm just showing it.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Is that the golden ticket?
It's not the one I'm holding, although this is the shiniest one that I have.
It's pretty.
So I don't know that if that might be worth. So somebody pulled a Pokemon card that was worth $30,000. Or they turned it in is what they did. They turned it in to get the money. It was actually worth $33,000. They gave him $30,000. And people were like, "Oh, you chumped them out of $3,000." It's like,
come on, man.
Finder's fee, whatever. Yeah,
the shop's got to keep their electricity going, guys. That's how this works.
If anyone's ever seen like Hollywood Pawn or any of those shows, it's like you can't buy it for as much as it's worth because you still got to pay the resources to store it. You got to find space in the store.
There aren't that many GameStops anymore, so they got to keep their lights on. Yeah, exactly. So I've got like all these Pokemon cards, and I don't know if any of them are worth any money. So like I saw you kind of hovering around my office.
I was kind of like, I just wanted to look. I wanted to look.
Stay
I
out of
wanted
my
to
office
see what you had.
because I might be look at this, folks. I got 20 cards here. One of these might be worth $30,000.
Well, they were before you put all your fingerprints on it.
Before you started touching them.
None of them.
Immediately you got to put them in the sleeve when you see that.
Only one of them is in a sleeve.
I was going to say,
one in the sleeve.
What's the one in the sleeve?
Is Gloom.
Is that a big, important one?
I've got two. I don't know. Like I have no idea who these characters are. I thought I got two Granbulls. That sounds like a kind of cool name. But yeah, the shiny one I just showed you was Toxtricity.
I only know like the originals. Like I would know.
It says it's 140 HP.
We're on generation like 25, right?
Well, so you have to remember also, DK. These are playing cards.
Jigglypuff?
So these are in a trading card game. So the 140 health points do not add to the card's worth.
Okay.
That's just what they would be if you actually played the game.
Bronzong,
yeah.
Bronzong. You know anything about Pokemon? Cricket?
No, I just
Seal. That's an easy one there.
Yes, there's some of them that are easier than others.
All right, so I'm going to hang on to this Toxtricity because I think that might be worth something.
Stop touching it.
It's kind of shiny. It's kind of. I'm gonna polish it up.
I see.
I'm gonna polish it
shiny.
up when I get.
DK uses polish. It was very effective.
Stay out of my office.
Is that like
all of
wax?
you? All of you. I'm gonna booby trap my office.
I'm
so
just
you
making
guys-
jokes for
so
Dragon
it'll-
Balls. Dragon Ball alone. That's my jokes are just for Dragon Ball.
It'll be like the dogs. Like you'll try to walk into my office and you'll get zapped. I'll have the geo fence around my door.
A geofence
There.
made by Geodudes. That's what you're talking about.
There you go. Cricket's getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Some slowing at Ajo and Mission for southbound and westbound travel. More backups on I-10 eastbound near Emperita Road. And some slowing for Keno Parkway near Ajo due to road work. 48, the overnight low, 77. Sunny tomorrow and 72. Now, I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our Black Friday week of savings has been extended into December. Right now, every set of tires is on sale, and you can stack on manufacturer's rebates for even more savings, up to $180 more. We've also got popular maintenance services at up to 50% off to get you road trip ready for your holiday travel. And beyond the amazing low total tire prices, we'll include Jack's Plus Pack, a dozen tire-related services like touchless mounting, computerized balancing, new rubber stems, including the reset for tire pressure monitoring systems. Plus, you'll also get a lifetime of tire maintenance, rotations, rebalancing, and tire repairs. Jack's Plus Pack is a $249 value, and it's included with your new set of tires. We'll even throw in a free wheel alignment check if you want it, and it's all at the guaranteed lowest price. Get ready for holiday travel at any of Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 area locations. Call, stop by, or visit us online. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Hi, I'm Jordan Benjamin with Dunright Services. When your home or business needs HVAC, plumbing services, or electrical work, trust a true local Tucson company, Dunright Services. We pride ourselves on delivering top-notch service, fair pricing, and expert craftsmanship. The job isn't finished unless it's done right. Weekend emergency? No problem. Just give us a call. We're here when you need us. You deserve the best, and Dunright Services delivers. Call us today for a free estimate at 520-369-3966.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Welcome to Cricket Wireless. Santa?
I've got to get Mrs. Claus a gift or I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
How about a single unlimited line? Only $35, plus a free Moto G5G.
Dude, you're a lifesaver. Here, take a present.
Says it's for Timmy in Des Moines.
Never heard of him.
Join Cricket Nation and get a single line for $35 per month, plus a free Moto G5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Requires activation of new line on select unlimited plan or higher. Pay $40 first month. New lines only. First month service charge. Tax, sale fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Kick off the holiday season with the perfect gift for the soccer fan in your life. Head over to store.ussoccer.com and explore a wide range of official U.S. soccer gear and merch. Whether you're decking the halls or hitting the field, we've got you covered. Show your true colors and share the excitement of U.S. Soccer this season. Visit store.ussoccer.com today and score big with your holiday shopping.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Hi, I'm Mike Yam with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Week 14 of the NFL season came to a close Monday night in Los Angeles with the Chargers beating the Eagles 22-19 in overtime. Now, despite having surgery last week on his non-throwing hand, Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert threw for 139 yards and a touchdown, and he rushed for 66 yards. Now, the Chargers defense came up big with 4 interceptions in the victory. Elsewhere, the Indianapolis Colts plan to bring in retired quarterback Phillip Rivers for a workout. The move comes after starting quarterback Daniel Jones suffered a torn Achilles late in the first quarter during Sunday's loss to the Jags. Jones set to have season-ending surgery later this week. Washington Commanders veteran tight end Zach Ertz will be out for the rest of the season after suffering a torn ACL in the loss against the Vikings. And Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski says Shedeur Sanders will start the rest of the way. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and More. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Well, we got a little bit more madness on Sunday as the whole bowl scheme played out than we thought we were going to get. Although I think things were pretty smooth with the Arizona Bowl. But let's find out. We're talking to the executive director of the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, presented by Gin and Juice. Kim Adair joins us. And Kim, always appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. How was your Sunday? Did you guys go through the drama that it seemed like every other bowl was going through on Sunday?
Unfortunately, we sure were. It was a little bit of dramatics going on. Yeah, we thought we had our teams locked in for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden Sunday morning, it was like, what? Why are these teams declining these invitations? And then, certain bowls didn't have enough teams to fulfill their slots, and they had to go to other conferences, which had a trickle-down effect all the way, downstream on the bowls. So it was quite unnerving. But thankfully, we ended up with the exact same 2 teams we expected to have. So that was the good news at the end of the day.
So I know, because again, I've been to you guys, as you guys have an event down there downtown. I've been to you guys' event before, and sometimes there's late phone calls in that type of thing. Was that kind of how things were playing out? I mean, do you have to start calling other schools, and then you come back to the 2 schools that obviously in Miami and Ohio and Fresno State that you ended up getting?
So no, I started getting, calls from our conference partners saying, hey, there's some hiccups happening in the system. So we're not going to be able to give you the green light quite yet to announce the teams that we expected to have.
Okay.
And so once I started getting those calls, I got a little panicked, got a little anxiety about it, because we had graphics and websites ready and, a video that we were about to play. So it was a little unnerving, but thankfully, they were able to call back. You know, we were expected to go on around noon and announce our teams, and I think we actually made that announcement at 12:20.
Yeah, I think I think the funniest part was some of the social media people that were tweeting and getting ready, like you mentioned, with announcements and that kind of thing, and not being able to maybe make the announcement that they thought they were going to make. Was your social media person? Were they downloading all the other potential teams' graphics at that moment?
Yeah, well, we had been told that it looked like we were still going to be able to get our teams, but it was going to take a little longer for us to get the green light to announce it. So I was always hopeful that it was going to stay the same, but I was ready just to go up without graphics and without a video and just announce the two teams if I needed to, if it was going to be, if it was going to be anything different than what we expected. So thankfully, that was all for naught, and we got the two teams in Fresno State and Miami, and we're very excited about that matchup.
Kim Adair is our guest. She's the executive director of the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. So Fresno State, that's a new team that's coming in here for the first time.
It is. David, we have been doing this game for 10 years now here in Southern Arizona, and Fresno State has always been on our board as someone we want to get here. They've got a great tradition of football. They have fans that are very excited to travel, and we just knew that they would be a good fit for our community. And so we were very excited that this year we were able to finally be able to bring them here to Southern Arizona, and they couldn't be more excited. They're thrilled to be able to come. It's driving distance. It's on a great day in the year, and they're going to be a great team to showcase here in Southern Arizona.
Yeah, my first job in the business was in the San Joaquin Valley, a little bit about an hour south of Fresno. So I had a chance to go up there and experience Bulldog football on a number of occasions in the early 90s when they were really starting to roll with that program. So going to be excited to see that red here. Will be a lot of red because both teams were red. There'll be a lot of red in Tucson for the bowl game coming up. For sure. Now, I want to, obviously, this is the second year of the Snoop Dogg partnership. As you guys completed last year, what was how did kind of things begin to roll into year two, responses you got from year one, and maybe how you maybe wanted to tweak this thing now in the second year of the brand with Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, well, we got terrific feedback from Snoop's team and Gin and Juice. They loved the experience. Snoop had so much fun. He really gets to scratch the itch of Coach Snoop, that piece of his personality. He loves it. He loves talking to the teams. He loves being, on the CW for part of the broadcast, and he especially loves being around the fans. And he had such a great time, and we really had a great foundation to continue to build from. And, what we wanted to do this year, I realized, I woke up like sometime in January in the middle of the night and said, what? Why didn't I give Snoop the mic in the stadium at all? And we have this great DJ there with a microphone. How come we didn't give it to Snoop at some point? So there will be a lot more Snoop interaction during the game. He's so visible throughout the entire thing. We've got some really fun surprises. He's bringing in a special artist on his Death Row Records label called Tonio Armani to do a pregame performance of his Billboard Top Chart hit. It's called Country Girls, and there's a line dance. If you're a country fan, you might have heard this and know the line dance already. And so he's going to do a pregame performance, and we've got lots of other surprises still to come.
That is awesome to hear that he's going to be more involved for sure. I know one of the things that people have been asking me is how do if somebody wants to sign up to try to do the meet and greet, to be the person that gets picked for that, how does that work?
So we were working on running a contest for anyone that bought tickets before December 1st, and we would select someone to meet Snoop from that group of people. So we are selecting that person at the end of this week from the folks that have already purchased tickets. And yeah, so I mean, now it's just a matter of being at the right place at the right time. Snoop's going to be around. He's going to be very visible. He came out to visit the Gin and Juice tailgate event last year, so I think you can kind of expect to see him, down there sometime before the game. And so it's just, now you just got to be at the right place, the right time. You got to buy your tickets and be in the stadium.
Did you get, in terms of the folks that got to have that meet and greet last year, did they give you any stories like, wow, or this was cool about him, or didn't think I did this about him? Any stories like that?
Well, we didn't offer any meet and greets last year, so this is the first time.
I thought you had one last year, too.
No, this is the first time we're doing it. But, he got to meet with all of the teams and the coaches, and I can tell you the feedback was just awesome from them. In fact, Miami, their athletic director, David Saylor, he was texting me months ago saying, I know you don't normally take a team back-to-back, but we would love to come back. All of our fans that didn't come were so disappointed once they heard how much fun it was. We know we can bring even more people this year. And so it was really fun to hear that, and we're really excited to offer them the chance to be the first defending champion of the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl to try to defend their title. So it's going to be a really fun matchup.
We're chatting with Kim Adair. She is the executive director of the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. Back again for a second year is Snoop Dogg. Always a lot of great events happening around this. The guys generally go out to Old Tucson. I say kind of same type of bowl setup for the players and the teams as you had in the past. Or are they going to be doing anything new this year?
Well, it's going to be a little different this year because our player party, our private player party, is happening on Christmas. So Old Tucson is closed 2 days a year, and one of them is Christmas. So we've got some other plans for them, but it's going to be another fun event for them. And, of course, we have our pep rally the day before the game in downtown Tucson, presented by Visit Tucson. And then, our big tailgate before the game, down on the University, which is a free event. We've got lots of fun things happening, including the Gin and Juice House down there and some live entertainment and food trucks and, our charity village, lots of things to do down there. And, of course, the game. And then let's not forget New Year's Eve, which is our famous Taco Bell New Year's Eve downtown bowl bash, which is in downtown Tucson for a celebration for all of Southern Arizona to come together.
Yeah, because this year the game is a few days before. Because you guys are, I would imagine the goal is to kind of try to keep that on that Saturday date right between or right around New Year's, Christmas.
That's the goal, but sometimes the calendar doesn't always, work with us with that. So, it's a little farther away from the game than we typically have it, but that's just the way the calendar goes sometimes. But it'll still be fun, and we're hoping that a lot of fans will extend their stay here and stay for the New Year's Eve Bowl Bash as well.
And what do you guys like? What did you think about, obviously, the University of Arizona kind of stole one of your guys' ideas with on-field seating? And what did that mean to you to see the college kind of saying, hey, you guys are doing something cool there. We want to adopt that format.
Well, we love it. One of the propositions for us to the University of Arizona is to say, hey, we'll come up with some crazy ideas and you're welcome to use them if they work for you, and if not, don't worry about it. Or if you have some ideas that you'd like us to try for you before you put it into action, we're happy to do that. It's a great partnership. Imitation is the best form of flattery. We welcome it, especially when it comes to the University of Arizona, because they're our biggest and best partners in what we do.
There you go. It's going to be the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, Saturday, December the 27th. Kickoff Tucson time at 2:30. National TV again. Is it CW or what network are we on this year again? CW?
Yep, we're on CW again, yes.
Outstanding. Fresno State out of the Mountain West at 8-4. Miami of Ohio back for a second straight year. Winners last year. They are 7-6 on the year. And so everybody make sure you get your tickets. If folks want to get their tickets, SnoopDoggArizonaBowl.com. What's the official website address?
It's ArizonaBowl.com, thearizonabowl.com, all spelled out.
There you go. Nothing's changed on that side, thearizonabowl.com for your tickets. Kim, always appreciate the chance to talk to you. Looking forward to an exciting end to December with Tucson's annual bowl game.
Yes, thanks, David, for having me. We'll see everybody on December 27th.
Kim Adair, she is the executive director of the Arizona Bowl, the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Some slowdowns for Ajo and Mission, westbound and southbound. More slowing on eastbound I-10 approaching Ajo Kino. Some busy travel on Kino Parkway near Ajo Way due to road work. 48 the overnight low, 77, sunny tomorrow, and 72 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be located in Arizona.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The holiday season is about family and friends, co-workers, parties, and gifts that we send. So saving big money is important to all. Up to 40% if you make the right call at Tobacco Barn. This holiday season, remember, you can save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products at Tobacco Barn. Plus, up to $20 in city and state sales tax because they're on the reservation. And save up to $3 with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com. Hey, even Santa likes saving big money at Tobacco Barn.
Ho, ho, ho. Miss Claus loves it here.
So save up to 40% on your favorite tobacco products. Save up to $20 in state sales tax. Pay no city sales tax. And save up to $3 with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com. Saving this much money, even Santa's elves have been spotted shopping at Tobacco Barn.
What is going on in here?
Happy holidays from Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia.
708 million toys for children.
That's a lot of toys.
Tens of thousands handed out right here in our community.
Once again this year, we are collecting new unwrapped toys for Toys for Tots.
And for every toy you donate,
we'll donate another.
For every dollar you donate,
we'll match it.
Alaskan AC has partnered with the Marine Corps Toys for Tots.
Stop by our offices or hand your donation to a Jolly Polar Bear technician when they're in your home.
Alaskan AC will purchase an extra toy for each one donated.
Or match any dollars you donate.
And your donations stay right here in town, putting smiles on little faces who could be your neighbor.
Toys for Tots has been an American tradition since 1947.
An organization we're proud to support every year.
Because we believe every child should have a present on Christmas.
We'll donate a toy for everyone you donate.
And match cash donations dollar for dollar.
We want every child to have a Merry Christmas.
For our location or to schedule service, find us at AlaskanAC.com.
Does anyone feel like life is busier than ever, especially with the holidays? I'm a planner and try to think of it all, but what about the unexpected? Now I've got that covered. My husband and I finally got life insurance with SelectQuote, and I couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. This holiday season, I feel a little lighter, knowing my family is protected and ready for whatever the new year throws our way.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-881-4343. That's 1-800-881-4343. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-881-4343. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
It's basketball season, Wildcat fans, and tickets are on sale now. It's no secret the McHale Center is one of the most electric atmospheres in the country. And now is your chance to be part of the madness as Tommy Lloyd, Jaden Bradley, and the rest of the Wildcats compete for a Big 12 title. Get your tickets now by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/MBK or call the McHale Center ticket office at 520-621-2287. That's 520-621-CATS.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Arizona women's basketball going to be back on the floor coming up on tomorrow. It's a day game out at the arena, McKale Center. The ladies will be taking on Eastern Kentucky tomorrow. We had a chance to hear from Becky Burke today. So last time we really dug into this, Arizona women's basketball had won their first 6 games of the season. They, however, since then have suffered a pair of losses, losing at home to Southern last week and then falling over the weekend by 3 points to New Mexico, the Lobos. Let's hear from Becky Burke today on the 2-game losing streak and bouncing back for tomorrow's morning game.
I'm encouraged by what I saw today. New Mexico is a very, very, very good basketball team. They dang near beat Cincy last week, who's obviously in our conference and one of the better teams in our conference. So it's really encouraging to go out, respond the way that we did based on our last game and a similar style of play and some length and some athleticism. So I was encouraged by what I saw today. I think we took steps forward. I think we got better. I'm not a moral victory person. At the end of the day, I'm well aware that we lost the game, but I think with this team we need to appreciate and stay positive about growth and improvement. And generally, when we've grown and improved in games, they've come out as wins. But today it didn't. But we absolutely got better today. We handled ourselves better. We fought through adversity. We made some runs. There was multiple times down 10. We could have shut it down and called it a day and just given up on plays and just let it go to 15 or 20. And we didn't do that. So I was proud of our fight. I was proud of our improvement. But this is a team, like I told them in the locker room, that everything matters. Every play matters. Every possession matters. Every free throw matters. And we had some self-inflicted wounds today that I believe if we controlled those things a little bit better, more of a game I feel like we lost than they won, if that makes sense. So, we're 17 for 27 from the free throw line. That's never going to be acceptable or never going to win you a basketball game. Some open looks we had from 3 throughout the game that we got to knock those down. So some things I think we can control, do a little bit better. I felt like we kind of let it slip a little bit from us and missed some easy opportunities that we could have, easily put ourselves in a position to win the game. But New Mexico's a great team. I think they're going to do extremely well this year. And, just proud of our effort, but ultimately obviously disappointed with the loss.
That was Becky Burke after the game on Sunday, talking about the 72-69 loss at the hands of the New Mexico Lobos. Now, and we mentioned that this is an 11 a.m. game tomorrow, so it's Kids Day, field trip day, as they often call it, when the volleyball played a game like this a few weeks ago as well, where they played an early game, and you'll have a lot of the kids will be off of school. And they'll be hanging out at McKale Center. So it'll be a loud and raucous environment for sure. Maybe a little bit louder and different in different respect than the ladies on the floor are used to, but and not something that Becky Burke is not unfamiliar with.
Last year, Buffalo, I think we set a record. We had almost like 6,000 kids, and they did a tremendous job. So kids games are always an opportunity for teams to play in front of a big crowd, no matter if they're 5 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old, or not. But here at McKale, we're lucky to play in front of a pretty nice one every night. So I know our players are excited for just a different feel with the excitement with the kids. But like I said, most teams are excited to just have bodies in the stands, whereas here we're very fortunate and lucky to have that every night. So
the one stat that stands out from the loss to New Mexico over the weekend is Michaela Purdue, and she's the leading scorer on this team. She was brought in the Player of the Year from the Horizon League, who scored over 22 points a game there for Cleveland State, is expected to do that and carry that load here for the Arizona Wildcats. 1 for 9 shooting, 1 for 7 from 3, just 5 points in 29 minutes on Sunday for Michaela Purdue. If you're a leading scorer, especially with this team, this particular Arizona team, this first edition of the Becky Burke era, if your leading scorer has a bad night, it's in all likely possible that your team as a whole is going to have a bad night. And that's what happened on Sunday with the loss, a 3-point loss on a night when your best shooter just could not get it going for you at the offensive end of the floor. Let's hear from, again, the head coach on what happened with Michaela Purdue on Sunday.
How did you assess Michaela's rough shooting night? Good shots, bad shots? How did you see it?
I thought a couple of them that she missed. I thought she was fading away a little bit. But like I told her, she had some good looks. We need her to make shots. She knows that. There's going to be very few nights where Mickey can go 1 for 9 and we beat a good quality basketball team. I'm not saying she needs to have 30 every night, but we rely on her, and I think she likes that. And when she's getting good looks, I believe they're going in when it leaves her hands. And so, like I said, I think there's more games where she's making shots versus the situation we had the other night. But it happens. She's human, and I think she puts a tremendous amount of pressure on herself as well to score and to make shots when needed. And so, I know she doesn't feel good about the result the other night by any means, but she doesn't need me to tell her that.
Is that a technique thing with her that you're seeing where maybe she kind of fades a little bit at times?
Yeah, I think obviously shooting's definitely like form-oriented and mechanics and things like that. But I've seen the kid make 4 in a row when she's fading. She's a hooper, she's a gamer, and just couldn't get into a rhythm or a flow in our last game.
Yeah, that's tough, guys. That's tough when your best player just doesn't have a good night, and they need everybody on this roster. It's like she said, went on later on to say, everybody on this team needs to be playing at a high level for them to have a chance to win games as this season rolls into the more difficult competition.
Yeah, I mean, in basketball, it's pretty common that your best player may have an off night. Like the best players are the most consistent. They're the ones that put those numbers up night in, night out, Dragon Ball. But that doesn't mean that they're going to be 100% perfect. So it's in those cases where the other players really need to step up and find a way to get it done and find a way to make baskets. And we're talking about a roster that had one returning player who still has not suited up yet and a new coaching staff. It's tough to get everybody on the same page. And that's what they're doing right now. That's what this non-conference schedule is for.
Even to the point where they went in with a completely different lineup than they have ever had in the fourth quarter because, again, she needs to figure out what players work well in those very important stretches of the game because, again, when you get to those last 6 minutes, the last 4 minutes, you need to have what is the best unit we need for defensive stopping? What's our best unit to move the ball? What's our best outside shooting squad? You need to put all that together, and you still need to figure that out. If your number one scorer isn't doing well for a particular game, then okay, you need to figure out what lineups are best suited to get that player going if you desperately need to get the comeback started. And that one it didn't end up going in their way, but it's still a young season for them. It's still a ways out before we get to Big 12 play because that's going to be the part of the season that absolutely will see what Becky Burke's squad has taken away from the process that she's been putting them through.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Again, don't forget, we are going to be at Showtime Cards tomorrow. Showtime Cards was our monthly Wild Card Wednesday program. We've been out there. This will be, when did we start doing that? September. So September, October, November. This will be our 4th show out. I can count. Yay. It'll be our 4th show out at Showtime Cards. From 3 to 6 on Speedway, just a little bit east of Craycroft. We're going to be breaking boxes of all kinds of things, baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon. Maybe we'll get that $30,000 box break tomorrow. Everybody keeps telling me, stop touching your cards. Stop touching your Pokemon cards. Because I might already have the $30,000 Pokemon card in my hand right now. Star Wars, everything. Show Cards has something for every collector. So catch all the action Wednesday, tomorrow, 3 to 6, Showtime Cards, located on Speedway, just east of Craycroft. Join us. Not only that, but we got a giveaway tomorrow. How about this? We've got a giveaway there. While you're there, you can register to win a tailgate package that includes a football-shaped grill and a Coleman cooler. So come on out tomorrow. We've got a tailgate package giveaway. You can register to win a football-shaped grill and a Coleman cooler. I don't know. Do you guys know what a Coleman cooler is? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like the original old school thermos that you carry soup in. That's what a Coleman is, the brand that everybody used to have those in. And I'm assuming this is a cooler made by the same company.
Oh, there you go. All right. So you get a Coleman cooler and football. You got a football-shaped grill? You cooking on
There's one
football-shaped
literally
grill?
100 feet, 50 feet away from me in the room next door.
Really?
I helped put it's a beer-sponsored football grill. It's something that we're giving away. Yeah.
Okay. So there's one right now.
Yeah. And I think
maybe that's the one. Is that the one? Maybe we're giving away tomorrow. That might be it.
It very well could be.
It could
very
be.
well could
be.
All right. I'll have to go take a look at that in this next break.
I did help
right
put it
here.
together, so if you have an extra set of tools at home, double check, make sure all the nuts
Yeah.
and bolts are put together
You don't want
properly.
to see me around any tools, that's for sure. So head on out tomorrow and see us at Showtime Cards. Dragon Ball, he doesn't have to go anywhere but here to see us, and we can see him as well. And you're about to hear him tell you everything that he's got happening in sports. Southern Arizona, sports around the world. We got the Jimmy V Classic at Madison Square Garden tonight. There is a Big 12 team involved in that. BYU, the number 10 team in the country, taking on Clemson tonight ahead of the game involving Florida and UConn. So there'll be 3 teams on the floor tonight that'll be on the schedule this year for your Arizona Wildcats.
By the way, ho-hum, while we're doing basketball updates, it's also Michigan-Villanova.
Tonight
as well.
Oh, all right, yeah. They're going to beat them by 40?
I would assume so. The way they're playing, I mean, they beat everybody by 40.
There you go. We'll find out what the score is on that coming up later tonight. Take it away, Dragon Ball.
Well, it was a great season for Rita Stubbs and the Arizona Wildcats volleyball squad as they managed to get to the second round of the NCAA tournament. But next year's team could look significantly different. Avery Scoggins has already announced that an intent to transfer from the Wildcats. Scoggins was not selected as this year's Big 12 Freshman of the Year, despite making it to the Big 12 All-Second team, and leading the conference in assists during league play. And with Anna Heath graduating, the only setter still on the team's roster for next year is Chloe Geitbrock. So look to see them try to go and find a setter in the transfer portal. And another stellar win for the Suns as they managed to go ahead and keep the Timberwolves from completing a late comeback despite not having Devin Booker on the floor. And it was thanks to an emerging star in Colin Gillespie leading the team as the team's point guard down the stretch.
As Gillespie will run the show. So it's Gillespie.
Oh, the fend off. Gillespie. Bullseye again. Colin Gillespie. Allen on the drive. Hook it inside for Williams. It's Duke to Duke for the slam.
With that win, the Suns now sit a game and a half above the Warriors for 7th place in the West and just 1 game back of those same Timberwolves to get out of the play-in standings out west. And Major League Baseball has already begun with the free agent signings. The Phillies keep their prize of the free agency pool, getting Kyle Schwarber to re-sign with 5 years, $150 million deal. Schwarber also announced he'll be joining Team USA for the upcoming World Baseball Classic. And the Dodgers end up shoring up their bullpen weaknesses as they agreed to a 3-year contract worth $69 million with former Mets closer Edwin Diaz. And I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Thank you to Brett Brennan and your Arizona Wildcats for bringing the cup back home.
Luis Sano dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
State champs again.
Yep.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. With some slowdowns at Ajo and Mission for westbound and southbound travel. More slowing on Keno Parkway to the south of Ajo Way due to road work. And for your weather, 48, the overnight low 77, sunny tomorrow and 71 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
I have a great idea.
Oh boy.
Here it comes.
Let's go caroling.
Don't wanna.
Gary, I love the holiday spirit, but this is a busy time at Alaskan AC.
Don't wanna.
Folks are calling for repairs. We have Alaska vacations to do.
I don't wanna.
Yeah, and that. I don't wanna.
Oh, come on. Here, look at the sheet music.
This song?
Oh, I see where you're going.
It goes like this.
If you want your furnace to last all winter long, with an Alaska vacation, it will always blow strong.
Ah, yes. Really get you in the spirit.
I'm not sure we should go door to door and
That's
sing.
a great idea. We'll go door to door and sing. A 1 and a 2.
If you want your furnace to last all winter long, with an Alaska vacation, it will always blow strong.
We'll get snowballs thrown at us.
People will have snow brought in just to throw at us.
You guys are on the naughty list.
I'm good with that.
Makes no difference to me.
Oh, Grinch. Schedule an Alaska vacation at AlaskanAC.com.
Wildcat fans, where do you go when the final buzzer sounds? You don't head home. You head to Roadhouse Cinemas and Roadies, Tucson's home court for great food, craft beer, and nonstop fun. At Roadies, you can bowl, throw an axe, play arcade games, or grab a burger while the next game plays on the massive screens. Then, catch the newest movies right next door at Roadhouse Cinemas with luxury recliners and full in-seat dining. Game days, movie nights, anytime. Make it a win at Roadhouse Cinemas and Roadies on the corner of Grant and Swan.
Well, it's that time of year. You dress the kids up for the holiday parties, and they hate it. You dress everybody up for the annual holiday card picture, and, well, everybody hates that. You even dress the turkey, and we're pretty sure he's not happy about that. This year, dress up your yard in time for the holidays. Call Dorado Rockin' Materials, and we promise there will be no complaints. Make your yard beautiful and worry-free with their personal service and convenient delivery times. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Kick off the holiday season with the perfect gift for the soccer fan in your life. Head over to store.ussoccer.com and explore a wide range of official U.S. soccer gear and merch. Whether you're decking the halls or hitting the field, we've got you covered. Show your true colors and share the excitement of U.S. soccer this season. Visit store.ussoccer.com today and score big with your holiday shopping.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tune to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we're going to talk some Arizona football in this hour. We'll break down the Wildcats and the Sun Devils. We're back and watch some more of the tape over the weekend. And Glenn Howe will join us coming up in about 20 minutes or so. We'll talk U of A football. Your chance to get in on the show. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number. You can call us or you can text us. I was having a debate. I guess I'll call it a debate with our guy Rich Carrillo University of Arizona grad, lives out in Southern California. Not a real, let's just put it this way, Rich is not a real big fan of this football regime. Brent Brennan, he's not a real big fan of Noah Fafita. And interesting is, this is kind of the tweet that started it. He said, U of A finished 9-3. Let's not get carried away with what was achieved versus the 61st strength of schedule in the country. Number 1, Texas Tech did not play them. Number 2, BYU lost. Number 3, Utah did not play them. Number 5, Houston lost. ASU beat rival minus its number 1 quarterback and best player. The best player would have been Jordan Tyson, who left the game early due to a re-aggravation of his hamstring, and then lost to the number 7 team in the league, which was Iowa State. So that was what Rich said. So my response to Rich was that, again, so we've been in this Big 12 now for 2 seasons, okay, and it's a 16-team league, and this is kind of what these leagues are now. I think there's 20 teams, if I'm not mistaken, in the Big 10 right now. Is that correct? 20 teams, and there's about, I think, 16 or so that are in the SEC as well. When you're in a 16-team league, you're not going to play the best teams every single year. It's just not possible.
18, believe it or not.
18 in the Big 10?
Big 10, yeah. The Big 18.
Yeah, the Big 18, exactly. I mean, if you look at the numbers, I mean, and I just, just take the first 2 years that Arizona has been in the Big 12. They have played, let's just take the teams that finished 6-3. So there were 7 teams that finished 6-3 or better last year. And I believe this year there were 5 teams that finished 6-3 or better. Arizona has not played 2 of those teams in each of the first 2 seasons. So last year there were 7 teams of which finished 6-3. They played 5 of those. This year there were 5 of those teams, and they played 3 of them, I think is what it turned out to be. So that tells you right there that every year, pretty much every year, you're going to miss at least 2 teams that are amongst the best in the conference. That's just what it's going to be. And I had this kind of ongoing conversation with Rich all season long, Rich Carrillo. I said, look, you play who's on your schedule. That's all you can do. I mean, you play who's on your schedule. He complained about the non-conference schedule and Weber State and Hawaii, and the reality is, and then I pointed out to him later on in our conversation, well, look at who Alabama played. Alabama played 3-9 Eastern Illinois. They played 7-5 Louisiana Monroe, and Georgia played 2 teams who were combined 4-20 in Austin Peay and Charlotte.
Austin Peay plays football?
Yeah, exactly. And Georgia played them. So I was like, I was trying to, I was asking Rich, and I like Rich. I mean, I know there are a lot of people that don't like him, but I'm fine with him. What's your point? I don't understand what your point is here. And, well, yeah, that is the one thing. He says, here's my point. U of A won 9 games, yet is a long way from being a legitimate college playoff contender/candidate. After all, shouldn't that be the program's ultimate goal? Local podcasters and media talk as if U of A is an SEC Big Ten caliber team.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told him. I was like, I don't know anybody
I got a
that said
message
that.
for Rich, okay? Here's the message. Arizona's been playing football since 1902. They've won 10 or more games 4 times.
4 times.
4 seasons in the history of Wildcat football. This has a potential to be the 5th if they win their bowl game. So this would be among the 5 most successful football seasons the program's ever had. That's including like border conference, WAC seasons. It doesn't matter. The level of competition now is much higher, obviously, in the Big 12 than it was back in those days. I understand the sentiment. You want to be among the conversation. You want to be in the conversation, DK, as Arizona's too good to play in your bowl game. We're not gonna play in your bowl game because we're not in the college football playoff. But that's not where Arizona is. Arizona's like the 92nd best program of all time. Right?
Yeah.
We're not talking about a juggernaut top 25 program of all time historically. What they're building right now, they're building from scratch. I mean, I think Rich is thinking that oh, okay, well, there was quite a lot going on 3 years ago, right? You had a lot of good players. The team had a great record. They won their bowl game against Oklahoma. But guess what? A third?
That was 2 years ago. Yeah.
A third or more of the players left to go to Washington.
Yeah.
So what Brent Brennan has done in a short cycle in his first year, anybody who expected Brent Brennan to have instant success after the big exodus of players that went up to Seattle, I didn't expect them to be great last year or good. But this year, he's got the transfer portal in works. He's obviously, got some coordinators that are really lighting a fire to those players' butts, Dragon Ball. I mean, we've seen a lot more physicality. So I think as a longtime Arizona football fan, my point being, as a longtime Arizona Wildcat football fan, regardless of where you come from and what you've experienced, how you could see this stretch as being anything other than positive, that's the thing that's mind-boggling to me. You want to complain that Arizona's not in the college football playoff? Well, they lost 3 out of their first 6 games, right?
Yeah.
There it is. You're never going to come back from them. It's all inertia. It's all momentum. Notre Dame's not in the college football playoff because they lost to Miami in week 2 or 3.
They lost to Miami week 1. They lost to Texas A&M in week 2. And the fact of the matter is that some people are just happy being perpetually upset. And that's just the truth of it. It's not necessarily a situation that I'm trying to diss somebody. It's just that there are people that live in what Reggie Miller used to call the Larry Brown aspect of life, of you're only happy when you're unhappy. You don't want to have that level of success and enjoyment because you feel it will make you flaccid and you just won't be able to go and do something that next big step. That's not necessarily the case. You can enjoy the moment, enjoy the journey while also celebrating the destination. It's not mutually exclusive between one or the other. But
you should tell Rich next time you talk to him, DK, that you don't get to the college football playoff before winning 8 and then 9 and then 10 and then 4 stars and 5 stars start saying to themselves, hey, maybe, what those guys are doing down there in the old Pueblo looks like a lot of fun. They really enjoy playing with each other. And then you get the talent that it requires to get to that level. The 3-star Scoob philosophy that Arizona's always had is we're going to take guys who are under-recruited, looked over. We're going to build them up. We're going to make them into great football players, and they're going to make a name for themselves. How many of those players, DK, that I just described are among the 12 teams on the roster? I'm not talking outside of the smaller schools that made it in. Those major universities that are playing in the college football playoff this season go look at the NFL draft boards and tell me how many players are coming from those schools relative to the Arizonas of the world.
You look at the past 100+ years of college football, Indiana was a doorstop up until maybe about 2-3 years ago. Now, all of a sudden, they are in the college football playoff now.
4 years ago, Arizona would have beaten Indiana.
Yeah, 4 years ago, they would have beaten them, probably. And then you look at schools like James Madison, schools like Tulane. Yeah, probably you can make the argument they shouldn't be there among the blue bloods or whatever. But I was of the group that said undefeated UCF should have been in the pool because they beat everybody that they faced, and they did it pretty handily. In the end, you beat who you beat because that's who you are scheduled to play. Arizona, they had a couple of good opportunities against some pretty top competition. They nearly won that game at BYU. If Arizona beats BYU, there's a whole different conversation we could have about the season.
And that's where I disagree with what he says about that they were a long way from being a legitimate playoff contender, because they weren't. They were 2 plays from being in the championship game. And if you're in the championship game, you're a contender for a spot because that's all you got to do is win that game.
And at least they're in a conference so they can be in a championship game so that they can have something else on their resume, unlike some very sour grape South Benders that are complaining about it.
All you got to do is win the Big 12 and you're in the playoff. And that's a very doable proposition for this program as the years go on. And let's not kid ourselves. I mean, this whole thing could flip right back next year. That's just the nature of college sports and where we are right now. They were 4-8 last year. They could finish 10-3 this year. They could go right back to being 5-7 next year because people will leave, especially because the majority of this team, and is one of the questions, maybe we'll get into this tomorrow, that I asked Brent Brennan last week, was just, again, this program was, are we going to be built? Are we a program that's going to be built on the transfer portal? Or is this a program that's going to be built on high school signees? Because the majority of the guys on the field this year were transfer portal guys. Is that the way it's going to be? Is that what Arizona is going to be moving forward?
Well, I mean, you obviously have to get into a living room when there's freshmen in high school, sophomores in high school, before you can develop relationships, mostly with the parents, right? And the aunts and uncles around. Brent Brennan hasn't been on campus long enough, DK. Like that's the biggest thing I think people don't understand. This year's team was put together with a lot of transfers because he took the job, 20 months prior to the season starting. So the element of getting into those living rooms and having those recruits, and you change your 2 coordinators, which is also a big thing. Generally, Dragon Ball, when you change a coordinator, a lot of those recruits dip out. Like, oh, well, that's the guy I signed to go play for that guy, right? And so the situation right now with Arizona is they're going to build upon this year's success because as I just said, eyeballs are looking at Tucson that weren't prior to this season beginning. Last year's, I think a lot of people could have expected last year's 4-win results, but this year is unexpected. People didn't expect them to be a 9-win team this year. Nobody did. And so the number of recruits who are looking towards Brennan's program right now is infinitely bigger than there were 12 months ago and was just going to continue to rise the more team success they have.
Does the casino pay attention to somebody like UDK that only puts down $12.90 per bet, or does it look at the table where the guy's putting $5,000?
I am not a whale.
That's what I'm saying. Is that this is when the money starts coming in based on the wins, and now the casino's paying attention to the table that the Arizona Wildcats are currently sitting in because they have a chance to finish with a double-digit win season.
Do you know what a whale is?
Yes, I do.
Because
I'm
do you know
partially
what a whale
that
is?
myself.
A whale is somebody that goes to the casino and bets a lot of money.
A lot of money.
She's like, oh.
A lot of money.
That I guess that makes sense.
You didn't watch the show Las Vegas with Josh Duhamel and all those? And who was the old guy that was on there? That was
Dumel.
a great show. Yeah, Josh Dumel. And what was the old guy's name? Not Ed Asner. Oh, he passed away a few years ago. But it was a great show. And the one young lady from General Hospital that was on the show she would take care of the whales. She was like a casino concierge. Her job was to take care of the guys that were spending the big money.
It's
and make
not
sure
a fun job.
They had everything that they needed to spend that money.
No wonder I don't know I don't know what a whale is because we don't have that kind of money. Of course I don't know what that is.
Wait, you're talking about like you don't have that kind of money?
All of us.
Oh, okay.
I think we work in radio.
All of us together, we might be able to be whales. You think? No.
I feel like we work in radio. You know what I mean? So we can't.
I'll explain to you, Cricket.
We
A
can't
person
throw it
goes
down.
to Vegas and they get a cab and they go and stay at a hotel.
James Can.
A
Thank you.
whale gets picked up by a limousine sent by the casino.
Oh, because they're such high rollers.
Because it's like a $2 million deposit or whatever to be in that category these days. And these are people that specifically go to bet large sums of money on gambling. So,
Ed DeLine. Yeah. Ed DeLine was the character's name. James Caan played Ed DeLine. He was super cool. He was like so it was about the security team that was at the casino. They were the security team. And he was like the leader. He was like the boss man.
Okay.
And he was cool. And Josh Duhamel was his right hand guy. And Michael Leisure was on the show too. Michael Leisure. I met him at a tailgate at USC about 10 years ago because he's a USC grad too. So there you go. Cool. That is your education, your television educational for today.
I learned something.
We are not whales.
We
don't have that kind of money.
What a whale is. We do
are
not.
a whale because you have stuff. What do you have today?
Well, I have got more tickets to see the Tucson Roadrunners.
Oh, look out. Cricket's got tickets. What do we have? Play the sounder, J-Dub.
But you didn't like the sounder.
Well, play it anyway.
Okay.
Cricket's got tickets.
Okay, we'll get a new sounder. Give me a new sounder. Have him do another one, J-Dub, with some production effects.
I will.
Like some explosions and
I want
stuff
some
like
explosions.
that. Yeah, like some big bangs and booms. Yeah.
Fireworks.
Yes, something
I'm actually
huge.
in the middle of producing myself. You want to hear?
Yeah.
Don't miss out on any of the action.
Somebody broke a box, a rare Pokemon card.
Oh, wow.
Gengar. Is that a character?
Gengar? Gengar.
I shouldn't say this because you all go running back to my office trying to pick off my Pokemon cards because they're like all over the place. All right, so I'm going to hang on to this Toxtricity because I think that might be worth something.
Stop touching it.
It's kind of shiny.
DK uses polish. It was very effective.
We are Wildcats Radio.
Look at that, J-Dub turning promos in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say that just happened like an hour ago.
Nothing to it.
How about that?
Good job,
All
brother.
right. Who's getting tickets today?
Okay, well, we have to get these fellas, the Tucson Roadrunners, on a winning streak. They have won 2 in a row just once this season.
That's not enough.
No, it's not.
No.
But I do have 4 tickets, and that would make a perfect Christmas gift for the hockey fan in your family. These are for the Roadrunners game against Calgary on Sunday, December 28th. So just 3 days after Christmas.
Ooh,
yeah. I'm going to give these stocking stuffers to caller 1 right now, 520-848.
Your ducket stuffers?
Yeah. No, but what is the other word
So
we
had
like?
ducats,
The
you had
stubs.
tickets,
The
stubs.
We like
Your
stubs.
stocking stubs.
I like stubs. Yeah. So we've got some stubs, 4 stubs. Caller 1 right now, 520-848-1290. 4-pack of tickets to see the Tucson versus Calgary hockey game on Sunday, December 28th at 4 p.m. This is the second game of a 3-game homestand in the part of the 2025 schedule. So we've got to get the Tucson Roadrunners on a winning streak. So call in, win these tickets, and get your cheering or your fighting voice ready today. Caller 1.
Roadrunners, go. Let's go Tucson. I think that's it.
Let's go to
Tucson.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Caller 1-520-848-1290. Good luck. And remember, if you've won anything from us in the last 30 days, you are not eligible to win today. Caller 1.
Don't call here if you've won something
in 30
recently.
days.
Yes, last 30 days, you are forbidden to call in and win anything.
And good luck.
All right.
520-848-1290.
All right, we're going to talk some Arizona football with Glenn Howe. Coming up, Cricket's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Valencia and Mark Road and Valencia crash there. Slowdowns both directions on Valencia at Mark Road. More backups for Grant and Alvernon. Travel there down to 1 lane for each direction due to road work. 48, the overnight low, 77, sunny tomorrow and 70 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be located in Arizona.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our Black Friday week of savings has been extended into December. Right now, every set of tires is on sale, and you can stack on manufacturer's rebates for even more savings, up to $180 more. We've also got popular maintenance services at up to 50% off to get you road trip ready for your holiday travel. And beyond the amazing low total tire prices, we'll include Jack's Plus Pack, a dozen tire-related services like touchless mounting, computerized balancing, new rubber stems, including the reset for tire pressure monitoring systems. Plus, you'll also get a lifetime of tire maintenance, rotations, rebalancing, and tire repairs. Jack's Plus Pack is a $249 value, and it's included with your new set of tires. We'll even throw in a free wheel alignment check if you want it. And it's all at the guaranteed lowest price. Get ready for holiday travel at any of Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 area locations. Call, stop by, or visit us online. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
708 million toys for children.
That's a lot of toys.
Tens of thousands handed out right here in our community.
Once again this year, we are collecting new unwrapped toys for Toys for Tots.
And for every toy you donate,
we'll donate another.
For every dollar you donate,
we'll match it.
Alaskan AC has partnered with the Marine Corps Toys for Tots.
Stop by our offices or hand your donation to a Jolly Polar Bear technician when they're in your home.
Alaskan AC will purchase an extra toy for each one donated.
Or match any dollars you donate.
And your donations stay right here in town, putting smiles on little faces who could be your neighbor.
Toys for Tots has been an American tradition since 1947.
An organization we're proud to support every year.
Because we believe every child should have a present on Christmas.
We'll donate a toy for everyone you donate.
And match cash donations dollar for dollar.
We want every child to have a Merry Christmas.
For our location or to schedule service, find us at AlaskanAC.com.
Join David Kelly this Wednesday from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Plus, we'll have your chance to win a tailgate package with a football-shaped grill and a Coleman cooler. Catch all the action this Wednesday, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards.
Well, it's that time of year. You dress the kids up for the holiday parties, and they hate it. You dress everybody up for the annual holiday card picture, and, well, everybody hates that. You even dress the turkey, and we're pretty sure he's not happy about that. This year, dress up your yard in time for the holidays. Call Dorado Rockin' Materials, and we promise there will be no complaints. Make your yard beautiful and worry-free with their personal service and convenient delivery times. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
U.S. Soccer. Reality says the odds are stacked against us. To think our U.S. men's national team can ever raise the world's biggest trophy. Be the first soccer team to beat them at football. Never. But here's the thing about us. Refusing to accept reality is kind of our thing. Being unrealistic, that's not a flaw. It's a force. It's fuel. Because if you want to be great and make history, never chase reality. Join U.S. Soccer Insiders today. Be part of the journey.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports, sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. The NCAA Division I volleyball tournament has reached the round of 16. Top overall seed Nebraska advanced with the sweep of Kansas State over the weekend. The dominant Huskers came into the tournament with a record of 30-0, and now they're only 4 wins away from a perfect season and their program's 6th national title. 2 years ago, Nebraska lost in the NCAA championship match, and last season they fell in the Final Four. Junior Harper Murray was on both of those squads, and now her Huskers are closing in on their chance for redemption.
Appreciate that we're able to be here. Not every team is able to play in the Sweet 16, and just being grateful that we're here and we're not invincible. Like, teams are going to put their best fight up against us, and as they should, and they deserve our best effort too.
Top seed in Nebraska will face Kansas on Friday in the regional semifinals. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Jody Jackson on Westwood One.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give.
Yes!
And receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bear down, Wildcats fans, Wildcats Radio 1290 is proud to bring you all of the football insights from our Arizona insiders. Our Arizona insiders are brought to you by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics.
Breaking down Arizona Wildcats football, the 99th Territorial Cup game, almost now getting close to 2 weeks ago. And the Wildcats coming out on top up in Tempe. Let's chat with our guy, Glenn Howe, U of A football class of 1985. And Glenn headed now to a bowl game, the Holiday Bowl. But before we get to all that, let's dive into what we saw out there that night in Tempe. Just I want to start with the defense because, again, I've said from day one, the defense, to me, set the tone for this season and what this season became. And this was a defense that had not necessarily had been good at a lot of things, but one of the things they had struggled with was stopping the run. And you had a quarterback and a running back in ASU who were very physically able to do just that against this team. And Danny Gonzalez pulled another rabbit out of his hat with the game plan to pretty much stop Raleek Brown and Jeff Sims. When you went back and looked at the tape, how did you assess that they were able to do that?
Well, Dave, I tell you what, I am still smiling. I still got probably another 350 something days to keep smiling.
To stick out your chest when you go to Phoenix.
Yeah, stick out my chest, wear my big A, do all the stuff, and, talk a little mess about the Scummies and just be proud to be an Arizona Wildcat. The thing that stood out about me about that defense, man, is just the way they were just relentless and just had a plan and just stuck to the plan. Because, I was on the sideline with that whole game and just listening to Danny Gonzalez. He'd be walking right in front of me, and just talking about making adjustments during the game and how they just did all those adjustments and shutting down Raleek Brown and just the way they were hitting and this way they were just playing technical football and was just relentless. And that red line is for real.
There's no question about that. And I think one of the things that we've talked about just over the course of the last part of this season and is just the number of different guys. And I think it was something we talked about all year in terms of the defense. Like you'd look at that stat sheet and it wouldn't just be one guy doing the dominating. It was a bunch of different guys. And I think back to the ASU game, and one of the guys that stood out to me was once again Jabari Mann, who was not necessarily a starter, but a guy that came in with that second unit, but came in and especially in the second half, man, there was one drive where he just made cut the gap on 2 plays to snuff out the run, which again was kind of one of the things that I was noticing about how they were able to do that was they allowed their linebackers to finally be able to get into the gaps, to get into those seams. We heard Danny talk about it all year. You got to make that running back cut in the backfield. If you can make him cut in the backfield, you've got a chance to win. And that's exactly what they did in that game. I couldn't count the number of times I saw Raleek Brown trying to make a cut in the backfield. And at that point for him, it's too late.
Yeah. And listen, there's unsung heroes, guys that may not shown up on the stat sheet, like Chase Kennedy, setting the edge, being on the edge, making sure that they don't get outside and turning it back in. Those are the kind of plays that people don't get credit for. But if you look at the tape, you will see that those are huge plays where everybody else makes the tackle. This is an unselfish defense that plays together and understands their role and makes sure that if they do their role, they will be successful. And they understand that, and then they play like that, and that's why they are successful.
And there was one play, I want to say it might have been late second quarter, man, where literally, like, you had Michael Dansby was playing on the opposite side of the field, and they ran a play to the left, and literally all 10 guys all the other 10 guys outside of Michael Dansby, who had to come the furthest away, the other 10 guys were right there on the ball. And it was just a testament to the everybody to the football mentality that we've seen from this defense this season.
Yeah, 11 hats on the ball. And the thing is that the reason why you can get that is because everybody's doing their assignment, and when the ball is released, they're all going to the ball because they were in their assignment. They're not getting blown out or going somewhere else, and they're turned around and everything. They're getting to the ball. They're keeping their eyes on the ball. And that is a big thing. And only defenses that do their proper technique and stay in their lane and do their jobs and watching for the ball are the ones that do that. And I think that Coach Gonzalez and all these coaches, the linebacker coaches, the D-line coaches, Joe Salve, they've done a great job of just making sure that these guys are on point with all their techniques and where they need to be on each play.
We're chatting with Glenn Howell. He's our Arizona Insider Wildcat Breakdown. He's brought to you by Modelo. Modelo is brewed, I should say, for full-time Cats fans. Modelo is an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Glenn, remember a few years ago when we had defensive backs who could not catch the football?
Couldn't catch a beach ball.
and in this game, you had 3 DBs that made diving, not just routine ball in the air interceptions, but diving interceptions. And I want to go back to a drill that we talked about this early in camp. It was the drill, defensive drill, where they would go and they would hit the bag, which if you got to games early, you saw them doing that, where they would throw themselves at the bag, they would hit the bag, they would then get up and tackle the donut. And then the coach would throw the ball in the air, and you had to go catch the ball. And it's drills like that lead to 3 interception days where guys are diving, making catches on the ball. The drills like that are what are 12, 13 weeks later, how games like that defensively show up.
Yeah, I mean, Stoops was interceptions like Lynn Swan in that Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Unbelievable catch. I mean, these guys are true athletes, man. These guys are really true athletes that can turn to your hips, learning how to jump. All those things are important. And I teach my guys, as a strength conditioning coach, is learning how to jump when you're on the move. These guys are doing all that stuff. And then the interception, the tip that Dalton had in the Cincinnati game where he just jumped in the air and tipped it, and those are the kind of things that are just the athleticism of these guys are just showing through of how well they play, and it's just that I think those are the guys that are going to be playing at the next level.
All right, time to hand out some defensive game balls, Glenn. Who are you giving your defensive game ball to?
Man, I mean, that was, I tell you what, that it was tough to give this one out, because there's so many guys. I just want to give one to the whole defense, man. That's what I'm giving it. I'm giving it to the whole defense because everybody had a role of how good this defense played. It wasn't just one guy. It was, because they couldn't get those interceptions without the guys rushing up front. They couldn't get the tackles. Tay Brown couldn't get all those tackles, but because of the guys up front couldn't do their job. And then, the guys couldn't get to the quarterback if the defensive backs weren't doing their job. So I'm giving a game ball to the defense, the whole defense.
All right. So it would not be at least one week without the entire unit getting a game ball.
That's the first time I've done that.
Okay. And
That's the first time I've done that.
Okay. Yes. This year. I'll give you that.
It's the first time I've done that. and it's like, come on, man. That's like, we got plenty of money now.
There you go. I'm going to give mine to Dalton Johnson. I just think the punch out of to cause the one fumble that really changed the game, because that set up the touchdown that gave the Wildcats the lead, and then one of the 3 diving interceptions, the one late to kind of seal the game. So and Dalton played at an incredibly high level down the stretch, making tackles as well. The only thing I didn't like was he kind of olayed the touchdown run to Jeff Sims. I would have liked to have maybe seen him make a little bit of a better play on that, but I'll still give him my game ball for being able to cause those turnovers and add to the turnover sword on defense in that game, the win over Arizona State. All right, we're going to get into what we saw on offense straight ahead. We'll hand out our offense and special teams game balls as well. It's Wildcat Breakdown, our Arizona insider, Glenn Howe. Much more coming up straight ahead. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and weather together. Collisions Benson and Ajo, Way and Benson Highway, Valencia and Mark Road and Valencia. Also crash on I-19 southbound near Irvington. Expect some slowing on the southbound side of I-19 approaching Irvington. 48, the overnight low, 77, sunny tomorrow and 70 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
This report is sponsored by IHOP. Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big filling sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
The Cup is coming home.
Firing, caught, touchdown Arizona. Braden Stooks picks it off, takes it right away.
Congrats to Brett Brennan, Noah Fafita, and your Arizona Wildcats on their 9-win season and dominant victory in Tempe over that school up north.
The Cats win the Cup. They win their 9th game of the season, and they do it emphatically tonight up here in Tempe.
They're down. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Season's greetings from Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. The end of the year is near, but you do not need to fear. We can help you keep your budget in the clear. Now until the end of December, there are still federal tax credits, TEP rebates, and manufacturer rebates on select HVAC systems and tankless water heaters. Call 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at PicturoxCooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Join David Kelly this Wednesday from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Plus, we'll have your chance to win a tailgate package with a football-shaped grill and a Coleman cooler. Catch all the action this Wednesday, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards.
U.S. soccer. Reality says the odds are stacked against us. To think our U.S. men's national team can ever raise the world's biggest trophy. Be the first soccer team to beat them at football. Never. But here's the thing about us. Refusing to accept reality is kind of our thing. Being unrealistic, that's not a flaw. It's a force. It's fuel. Because if you want to be great and make history, never chase reality. Join U.S. Soccer Insiders today. Be part of the journey.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing,
a Neighborly company.
Get ready for The Rush with Max Crosby.
You already know what time it is.
All-pro defensive end Max Crosby takes you beyond the field with exclusive insights, real stories from inside the locker room.
You could literally see us laughing, kind of chirping back and forth.
This is The Rush. Buckle up.
We talk about The Rush on The Rush all the time.
Don't miss the behind-the-scenes moments and interviews everyone's talking about.
And we appreciate you guys. We're going to keep feeding you all the content.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Here we go.
This is Zach Gelb with the Sports Minute. I attended Temple University, and for years I supported smaller college football programs and still do. I understand why Tulane and James Madison made the college football playoff, but the format needs to change. I think adding 2 more teams to have a play-in tournament for the 11th and 12th spots would be a solid idea, but the college football playoff will probably just expand to 16 teams. But here's another idea. Why not just have a non-Power 4 conference playoff and then leave the main playoff just for the Power 4 schools? I'm Zach Gelb.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wildcat Breakdown. Arizona wins the 99th Territorial Cup game, heading to the Holiday Bowl on January the 2nd against Southern Methodist University, SMU, another Texas school. Joined by Glenn Howe, UVA football class of 1985, and one of our analysts on our Arizona football coverage. Glenn, the offense in the game against the Sun Devils just continues to impress me with the way that Noah Fifita is throwing the slant route. I go back to we were talking in the first half of the show about how back during the Jed Fish years we felt like we didn't have defensive backs who could catch the football. Also back during the Jed Fish years, I kept asking him, why don't we throw more slant passes? Why don't we throw more 5 to 10 yard in routes with our receivers? And now that's what this offense has become. And Noah Fifita is just dynamite at doing that. Now, I've only been around here 17 years, but I can't imagine there's been a better quarterback in the history of this program that throws the slant route on the level that Noah Fifita does.
Well, Dave, that's an understatement. I think Noah's going to end up being the best quarterback ever here at University of Arizona. So there ain't going to be anybody better than him. It just the way that they operated on this thing. I was looking at the drive charts the other day, and you got 6 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes. 6 minutes, all these drives. We had 40 minutes to their 19 minutes of time of possession. And you can't do that without converting on third down and the big fellas, Arizona State was known for, getting the sacks. They were getting sacks. They were getting to the quarterback. They only had one sack. And our big fellas up front did an excellent job of sustaining drives and keeping that team off and got them into a panic mode of every possession. They had to do something in every possession. And I think that's what really got to them. And then we wore that defense out, man. The third quarter, going into the third quarter, those guys weren't even rushing. Like I said, Noah was back there with a toothpick and just throwing the ball. And, he was just throwing the ball. He had plenty of time to throw the ball, and they just did a great job of selecting plays and just sustaining drives.
We're chatting with Glenn Howe. It's our Arizona Insider, brought to you by Modelo. Modelo is brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo, official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. And Glenn, just to kind of stay on the Noah Fifita tip, one of the concerns that I've had with him is that he sometimes gambles on that quick out route. But once again, the defense, when it looks like they're going to get it, when it looks like he's finally going to throw that pick six, it's just not there for them. They either can't catch it or they just are a sniff late. And that goes back to what I've been talking about the timing of this offense. The timing is it's so good right now that pass that looks so dangerous is really not dangerous because Noah's putting it right where he's got to put it and they can't get to it.
Yeah, and also as the receiver setting up that throw is making the corner turning his hips where he can accelerate forward, and those guys are running precise routes coming back to the ball. These guys are running great. Bobby Wade has made these guys into great receivers. I mean, the route running is really good. I mean, that's why Noah can throw that out route. You cannot throw an out route unless the receiver is making that corner turn his hips, make sure he's getting in that back pedal, and then he can't accelerate on the ball because he's making that cut and coming back, and the ball's already gone, is already thrown, and he's coming back to the ball. So it's almost impossible for the DB to get it. So it's about the receiver running the route and Noah putting the ball in the right place.
And I got to ask you, just as we've continued to see the emergence of Cameron Barmore, what's impressed you most about what he's done, and maybe in the last 6 weeks since he first kind of came on the scene and we started noticing him to what we're seeing now? Great touchdown route with the comeback across the middle, the pivot and comeback across the middle, and then he had the third down catch over the middle where he basically knocked out the defensive back. I thought I was going to see my first targeting on a guy that actually got knocked out. I was like, how are they going to call targeting for a guy that got knocked out of the game?
Yeah, got knocked out himself. Yeah. But what I'm impressed with, Barmore, we knew he could run routes. He got at his previous school, he got 80 balls?
True, yeah.
He had 80 balls, but we didn't think he can block.
Right.
But now he can block. The kid can block. The kid is getting a chance now that he's going to maybe get a chance at the next level because they didn't think he can block. He can put on some more weight, and he can run the routes. He can catch the ball. We know that. He's got the size. He's gonna be dangerous, man. He's gonna be he may even get drafted or he may even be a free agent and make a team. So that kid has really impressed me with his blocking, and you got to give the tight end coach some credit that Josh Miller has turned him into just a great tight end. I mean, the blocking is the biggest thing. Blocking is, my coach always says, you don't get the rock if you can't block, and these guys that they took that to heart. They had to block. They had to learn how to block, and they did.
All right. Obviously, the special teams was up and down once again in that game, but it got up at the right time. And Michael Salgado Medina continues to get chances, and they're not always productive, but he seems to kind of find a way to finish strong. And I think that's the one major upside takeaway is that if you give him enough kicks, he's gonna eventually make enough to give you an opportunity to win a football game.
Yeah, that's my game ball right there, because that kid could have went into the dumps. He could have been into the dumps, not made another kick, and just deteriorated. But he came back and he kept on kicking. I kept on telling him, I said, "We're going to need you, man. Don't worry about it. We're going to need you." And he came through, and that's who I'm giving my game ball to him.
All right, yeah, I agree with absolutely. Again, it's a difficult situation, but he kept his head on. He stayed in the game, and he was productive at the end. Offensive game ball.
My offensive game ball is going to the big fellas, man. Big fellas up front. I think they without those guys up there, of how they just physically beat up the Arizona State's defensive line, we just destroyed them. I think that we just really did a great job of being physical and just getting after it. I just really excited about our guys up front, and I'm going to give a game ball to those guys.
There you go. And I'll follow suit. I'll give mine to one guy up there. I'll give mine to Kayana DeCambra, because I think it's partially for what he's done all season, but he also had some great combo blocks in that game. I put one of them up on my Twitter page earlier or late last night. Just able to block on the front level, get into the second level to try to power that run game, and I thought that was very reminiscent of what he had done all season long for this offensive line. Glenn,
he's had an incredible year, man.
Yeah.
Guy coming from never playing center before and was in total control of the whole season. I think he's had a great season. He's going to give himself a chance to play at the next level.
Glenn Howe is definitely going to be in San Diego. Will I be joining him there? That remains to be seen. Glenn, we will talk to you.
Come on, DK. We'll be right there. We could do it right from where all the players are going to have their tailgate.
Oh, there's another player's tailgate?
Yeah. Yeah, Willie Tua-Thomas getting something together, man. We can get that together, and we can all be in there and take care of business.
There we go. All right. Well, we'll see if we can make that happen for sure. We'll talk to you again though before we get to that point later in the year. Glenn, appreciate you as always, and we'll talk soon.
All right, bear down.
Nobody brings you the inside scoop on your Arizona Wildcats like we do. Today's Arizona Insiders are brought to you by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics.
All right, time now for your Casino del Sol replay. Casino del Sol, home to great things, golf, resorts, all of that good stuff. Let's hear from the Suns won again last night. Let's hear from Jordan Ott on the fourth quarter lineup. He trotted out last night for a win over the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, hopefully that's just what we're about. It doesn't matter who's out there, whoever laces them up. Like we've talked about before, goes out and plays as hard as you can play, and that group is a tough, kind of nasty at times, defensive-minded group, and we know if we can get out in transition, we can be a good offensive group too. So that group really helped us to start the fourth. Bouye, that was the first time he played, I think, in the second half. So to put him in there, put him in a spot, shows the trust that we definitely have in him.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Yeah, that was a big win on the road, 108-105 for the Suns. 22 points in that ball game last night by Mark Williams. He's been playing extremely well for the Suns as they are 14-10 on the season thus far. All right, that's going to wrap up our show. Don't forget, we'll be out at Showtime Cards tomorrow from 3 to 6. Join us out there. I'm going to find out if I have a $30,000 Pokemon card in my stash. Thanks to Dragon Ball, as well as Cricket, JW Madden as well. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. My name is David Kelly. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll talk to you on Wednesday. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Crash on I-19 near Irvington on the southbound side of I-19 near Irvington, and freeway slowing as well. Also crash at Park and Ajo and Park Avenue. Irvington and Alvernon, a reported brush fire. Expect fire crews on scene. And that's your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
Does anyone feel like life is busier than ever, especially with the holidays? I'm a planner and try to think of it all, but what about the unexpected? Now I've got that covered. My husband and I finally got life insurance with SelectQuote, and I couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. This holiday season, I feel a little lighter, knowing my family is protected and ready for whatever the new year throws our way.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-881-4343. That's 1-800-881-4343. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-881-4343. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
The Tommy Lloyd Radio Show debuts Thursday, December 11th, live from Union Public House. Join us for great food and conversation as the coach answers your questions about Wildcat basketball.
All in all, I've been really happy. I think this team has a lot of defensive potential. But, the one thing with defense, you think you can just count on it, but you can't count on it without great effort. So, the foundation always has to be effort-based.
The Tommy Lloyd Radio Show debuts Thursday, December 11th from 6 to 7 at Union Public House and live on Wildcats Radio 1290.
U.S. soccer. Reality says the odds are stacked against us. To think our U.S. men's national team can ever raise the world's biggest trophy. Be the first soccer team to beat them at football. Never. But here's the thing about us. Refusing to accept reality is kind of our thing. Being unrealistic, that's not a flaw. It's a force. It's fuel. Because if you want to be great and make history, never chase reality. Join U.S. Soccer Insiders today. Be part of the journey.
Well, boss, how's the sleigh?
It's amazing. Like it just flew off the showroom floor. Sparkling clean, no chimney dust, and I've never seen his nose so bright.
Recon Auto Detailing.
Recon gift cards to all, and to all a clean ride.
Give Recon Auto Detailing gift cards, and Arizona's premier auto detailing company will come do a basic cleaning or a jaw-dropping full detail, including a ceramic finish for anyone on your list. Get your Recon Auto Detailing gift cards now online at recondetail.com.
Clicks don't show the full picture, but Cumulus Digital does. We show you exactly who saw your ad by name and address, and our campaigns beat industry benchmarks by over 25%. Visit cumulusdigital.com today to start outperforming.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Season's greetings from Pixrox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. The end of the year is near, but you do not need to fear. We can help you keep your budget in the clear. Now until the end of December, there are still federal tax credits, TEP rebates, and manufacturer rebates on select HVAC systems and tankless water heaters. Call 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at PictureRocksCooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Wildcast Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
You're listening to the JR Sport Brief.
Welcome back, everybody. This indeed is the JR Sport Brief on the Infinity Sports Network. Great to be filling in for my guy, JR. And we are going to get back to phone calls momentarily. What have we talked about the first 2 hours of the show? We have certainly gotten into Monday Night Football, talking about both directions of the Philadelphia Eagles and, of course, the not San Diego Chargers. I know a lot of people still call them San Diego. The Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers no longer chargering with Jim Harbaugh, and that's a good thing. We certainly spoke about Phillip Rivers. We have discussed in great detail about why I believe this is a win-win. There is history, there is precedent, but there is a what have you done for me come lately Johnny moment, and that Johnny moment was really good if you are a Phillip Rivers fan, because as anyone would tell you, went out with gas left in the tank. His odometer is not completely on empty. Phillip Rivers still looked like he belonged in the NFL, and the guy has 7 kids, is a grandpa. One would understand why he would absolutely want to go to the next phase of his career, but it is tough to break out of that competitor mindset. And the fact that Phillip Rivers can still go out there and look good in a practice session, I don't think the Colts would embarrass themselves. I don't think Phillip Rivers would embarrass himself. I see this as a win-win. We understand in his last game, he played Josh Allen tit for tat. And I believe while he may not be as great as he once was when he was at his apex leading the Chargers to an AFC title game on a torn Achilles tendon, he can still very much, in replacement duty, be a sufficient enough quarterback to get the Colts to a position where potentially they could be playoff bound. He is certainly better than a lot of other alternatives in what we see in backup quarterback play. Number to join us, 888-710-4ISN. That is 888-710-4476. I did tell our last couple callers we were going to get into that Notre Dame conversation. I know hosts on this particular network have talked about it, and I've agreed with a lot of what our hosts have said about the fallout of Notre Dame. I'm going to give a little bit of a different angle to this as well. But before we get into why Notre Dame is handling themselves like a 5-year-old petulant child, let's get to people on the phone lines who don't handle themselves like children. They actually are grown adults, like this individual, Alex in Miami. Always good to hear from you, buddy. How you doing? I heard your call with JR yesterday, man. You're sounding good making all the rounds on these shows on the Infinity Sports Network. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, man. I called JR as time permits, but I'm going to be honest with you, and I'll tell JR too. I have a lot of respect for JR, but I never miss a good shepherd.
Well, I appreciate that. But Alex, I will say if there's a lot of great hosts at the Infinity Sports Network. JR is among the very best.
Well, you know what I'm going to do, Shep? Before the Infinity Sports Network comes to an end, I'm doing a round, and I'm calling every single host.
Nice.
So I'm making
Wait, time out. We're coming to an end? What?
Yeah, you're coming.
What?
It's an end, but it's a new beginning. Let's just put it that way for all of you.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, because let me tell you something, Alex in Miami, and I really do mean this. I know sometimes we go back and forth, we have fun. You can take Shep out of Infinity. You can take some of the hosts out of Infinity, but you can never take Infinity out of the hosts. We will always be the Infinity Sports Network. We are never leaving that and pushing that aside. It will always be a part of us, man.
Yeah, go figure. We have the good shepherd, the bonus shepherd. Now we have the surprise shepherd.
Yes, it's always. I wasn't expecting this either. I woke up today to a text and I was like, yeah, I always feeling for JR. I love doing that show. And I got to be honest with you, it always helps working with this guy, Ryan Botcher, one of the more humble executive producers that you will ever come across. I don't even think he realizes how good he is, Alex.
Yep. No, Boscher's the man. He's always very pleasant to me. He's nice. And I have a lot of respect for for Mr. Botchard there.
That makes two of us. I think that makes everyone on the network. I don't think anyone has a bad thing. He's like the Andrew Bogish of executive.
I thought you were going to say Andrew Bogut.
No,
I was going to say you can't refer to the center.
Listen, Andrew Bogut, Botcher, was an underachiever. I wouldn't call him a bust.
Oh, number 1 overall pick.
He was an underachiever for a number 1 overall pick. I mean, let's just be honest.
That's true. But he was solid with the Warriors and the Bucks.
He was the 5th option. As a number 1 pick, you shouldn't be the 5th option on a championship team. And he was decent with the Bucks. I'll give you that. He made an All-NBA 3rd team. Good day, mate. But seriously, Alex, I don't think you can say a negative word about Ryan Botcher. I don't think he is disliked by anybody. Now, me on the other hand, there are some people that dislike me, and I embrace that.
Well, maybe they dislike you because they're a little jealous. You know what I mean? When you have a show, the telephone lines back up, and you get more calls than anybody else, and there's a reason for it. Maybe you're a little popular. What can I tell you?
I appreciate that. Well, speaking of like and dislike, do you like or dislike the move of the Colts signing Phillip Rivers to their practice squad?
You got to look at it this way. Phillip Rivers has 10 kids, and it's not cheap to support 10 kids.
I thought it was 7. It's 10. He's got 2 basketball starting lineups. I thought it was 7.